Tony's studio is very comprehensive in terms of materials and technology. It is very helpful for Mu Bai to study the Mark armor. Until all the materials in Tony warehouse in the laboratory were used up, Mu Bai and several duplications stopped building Mark armor. At the moment Mu Bai already had 2 sets of formed Mark armor in front of him. A set of red and black Mark 1 armor. A black and white crossover Mark E armor set. Not only the battle armor's awesome appearance has also improved a lot. And these 2 sets are more advanced than the Mark armor that Tony made earlier. Weapons have become more abundant. Added infrared cutting beams, hidden missiles on the back, laser weapons in the eyes, chainsaw blades on the toes, chest cannon, rocket boosters hidden in the arms. Solved the shortage of weapons for the original Mark armor. The big work is done, now we only need to create another Douyin account, and my second identity is considered complete. Mu Bai clapped his hands with excitement. The cameraman on the side is already ready to record. Boss can shoot now. Okay. Mu Bai appeared in front of the camera wearing a black Deadpool version of the Mark generation armor. He won't be showing his face like Tony. Instead, make Iron Man the mysterious superhero. Like Spider-Man, he keeps wearing a mask so that no one can see his true face. Hello everyone. I am Iron Man, the first disciple of Black Deadpool. Today is the first day I open a Douyin account. I hope everyone can pay more attention to me at. As you can see, I am a technological hero. I don't have super abilities or mutants. I only rely on high-tech weapons. If I don't wear this armor, I am no different from you. In the future, I will share my daily life on this account and show off my latest armor weapons. Also, if you need help, please feel free to leave a message below my video. As long as I see it, I will help. But the premise is that there are some things that the police can't do. If you catch a cat or a dog, you don't need to leave me a message. Okay, that's the end of this introduction. The video is finished. Mu Bai took off Mark's helmet and let out a long sigh of relief. Although Iron Man's first promotional video is short and new. However, through hacking techniques, the video immediately became a hot search and got an officially certified avatar. Mu Bai also strikes while the iron is hot. Let duplication pretend to be Iron Man and shoot a video together. Hey, fans, the first little brother is here. He is an S-class hero who plays with technology like Genos. The reason why he has been staying in the Mark armor is that he has the same experience as DC Cyborg. You may not know Cyborg, so you don't know what happened to Iron Man to refuse to take off his helmet like Black. I can explain it to you in detail here. Iron Man's original name was She-Dake. He was an excellent American football star player. He was accidentally blown up by the Apocalypse Star Motherbox and seriously injured. In order to save him, he had to be transformed, so that She-Dake became a half-human cyborg humans. Because I look miserable, I don't want to be seen, so in the future, you will all be Mark armor and She-Dake himself. Describe Iron Man with 3 characters. 1 Punch Superman. Genos, Saitama's apprentice. When he was 15 years old, his home was destroyed by a runaway reformer, and he became a reformer with the help of Dr. Kusno in order to avenge his hatred. DC. Cyborg, born Victor Stone, a superhero under DC Comics, one of the 7 founders of the New 52 Justice League. Black Robe Picket Team. Black, in the comics, is a clone of Homelander. He XED the protagonist Butcher's wife and framed Homelander, and was killed by Butcher in the end, and Homelander died from his heart in the movie. Created a heartwarming backstory for Iron Man, enriching the hero. Eye of the Future plus 10 by 2, current Eye of the Future, 460. Crit Flight plus 10 by 2, current flight, 500, flight reaches 500, unlock the 5 stages of flight, the flight height can fly away from the blue star and travel in the sky. Violence in Violence, Meteorite plus 10 by 2, current Meteorite, 1400. Meteorites reach 1400, activate the 14th stage of natural disaster meteors. You have 300 Bolide meteorites with a diameter of 5,000 meters, which can strike any position on the Earth. Each meteorite will explode after landing, and the power is comparable to a nuclear bomb 10,000 times. Master Deadpool saved my life and gave me skills. I hope everyone will take care of me in the future. Duplication plays Iron Man at the end of the video. The 2 videos were released one after the other. Tong Tong is on the hot search list. In 2 hours, the new superhero Iron Man already has more than 3 million fans. Unlock Achievement. New Identity million fans, plus 50 million popularity. Unlock Achievement. New Identity known to passersby, plus 10 million popularity value. It's good that the benefits brought by the new identity are also considerable. Directly arrange 100 million popularity points to draw prizes. 1 draw for 100,000, 10 draws for 1 million, 100 draws for 10 million, 1,000 consecutive draws for 100 million. Maximum limit of 100 consecutive draws per day. Then draw 100 times in a row. Spend 10 million for 100 consecutive draws. Congratulations on getting Mark's armor design blueprint. Congratulations on getting the Mark rescue armor. Congratulations on getting 100 pairs of socks. Congratulations on drawing 100 submachine guns. Congratulations on getting a tank. Congratulations on getting a Nightingale helicopter. Congratulations on getting a nuclear bomb launch vehicle. Congratulations on getting a self-explosive truck. Congratulations on getting a cat fruit. Congratulations on getting a mama fruit. Congratulations for drawing Savior R9000X, 1000 units. Congratulations on getting 100 golden toothbrushes. With continuous congratulations sounded constantly. Mew Bai immediately obtained a large amount of supplies. The worst ones are socks, toilet plugs, belts, desk lamps, and Rescuer R9000X. The best ones are 5 devil fruits, horse fruit, cat fruit, snake fruit, human fruit, egg fruit. Overall, it's a solid profit. After all, Mew Bai's daily popularity has already overflowed. Even 1,000 draws per day can be easily paid. The burst rate of 5 devil fruits is not high after 100 consecutive draws. When will more draws be unlocked? And the burst rate? 5-star user feedback. Unlock more functions by obtaining skill fragments. Eye of the Future plus 10 by 2, current Eye of the Future, 480. Crit Flight plus 10 by 2, current flight, 520, flight reaches 500, unlock the 5 stages of flight, the flight height can fly away from the blue star and travel in the sky. Violence in Violence, Meteorite plus 10 by 2, current Meteorite, 1420. You can also upgrade the number of lottery draws and burst rate when you hear it. Mew Bai becomes extra heavy on the popularity value. Relatively speaking, the value of popularity is more important than money. After all, money can't buy devil fruits, and the material resources obtained are also very rich. A tank alone is worth more than $100,000. Are you going to recruit the superhero team yourself? Nico Fury had a plan in mind. As a result, Mew Bai snatched it after hearing it. Although not Mew Bai's opponent, but the superhero plan shield will not be easily transferred to others. Nico Fury wanted to struggle a little more. You're not deaf. I do want to build an Avengers team, and I'm the captain of the team. I believe in your strength. If you recruit members, you can cooperate with our shield. Cooperate with you? Shield is the onion. The team I build is not bound by the United States, and it will not belong to the United States, but to the whole world. At the same time, I will recruit heroes from all over the world. Where is the world? Where there is danger, there is my Avengers team. The layout is bigger than Shield Director. Avengers no longer belong to the United States. Let people from all over the world participate. This is the real superhero team. Nicole Fury knows what you mean. You don't want to be bound by any organization, you just want to do what you want. And for you, a hero belongs to the whole world, not a country. But Nick Fury's only concern is whether the uncontrolled superhero team will become a supervillain. Eye of the Future plus 10 by 2, current Eye of the Future, 580. Crit, popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 20. Violence in Violence, Meteorite plus 10 by 2, current Meteorite, 1520. Your idea is very good. If you can control all your members and make them do the right thing, then I can completely entrust you with the task of recruiting a superhero team. It's not a matter of handing it over to me, it's something I voluntarily do. Don't say it like I can't recruit if you don't agree. One sentence stunned Nick Fury. He has never seen anyone as arrogant as you. No one in the whole world dares to oppose them. Shield. You are the first, and also the first person to make Shield powerless. Eye of the Future plus 10 by 2, current Eye of the Future, 600. Crit, popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 40. Violence in Violence, Meteorite plus 10 by 2, current Meteorite, 1540. Okay, little Nick, I know what you mean. I can tell you responsibly, if Thanos comes, I won't miss it. You don't have to worry about the superhero team I recruited, they will definitely not emulate the Super 7. Mew Bai had his arm on Nick Fury's shoulder. Nick Fury, like a student, only listened and didn't speak the whole time. Now that Mew Bai has been identified, Shield Director is not good to say anything. I can only follow Mew Bai's words. As for the future, we can only take one step at a time. Okay, Nick, you should go home. It's true that it's getting late, but I didn't come in vain this time, at least I know your next plan. No matter who it is, as long as you chat with brother, his life will be sublimated. We have been chatting for half an hour, calculated as 1 million US dollars for 10 minutes, you need to pay me 3 million dollars for the conversation. 300. Nico Fury was taken aback. Originally wanted to recruit Mew Bai to participate in the superhero plan of the SHIELD organization. As a result, the plan was taken away by Mew Bai. There's also a $3 million chat fee to pay when you leave. Completely lost his wife and lost his army. 3 million is not much for you SHIELD, right? Think of it as spending 3 million to ask someone to keep the secret of the SHIELD personnel list for you. Nick Fury didn't expect you to be so cheap, threatening him with the list of SHIELD personnel. But they can't do anything to you, can only spend money to eliminate disasters. Eye of the Future plus 10 by 2, current Eye of the Future, 620. Crit, popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 60. Violence in Violence, meteorite plus 10 by 2, current meteorite, 1560. I'll send you the money when I get back. Give me your account number. No, the money has already arrived when I talked to you. Mew Bai patted Nick Fury on the back. The next second Nick Fury is back in SHIELD. See Nick appearing out of nowhere. The agents of SHIELD were all surprised. Damn it. What kind of guy makes SHIELD want to catch but can't catch it? If it's a SHIELD, why should it be a servant? Say goodbye to Nick Fury. Mew Bai rushed out to search for the materials needed to make Mark's armor. I plan to prepare a set of Zodiac armor for fans all over the world to see. First, you can shoot videos to increase fans. Second, it can satisfy your desire for collection. Others buy handmade collections of Mark's armor. But Mew Bai is different. Build your Mark armor collection directly yourself. Which style you want is up to you. Then he entered Tony's laboratory with duplication. Let's remodel Tony's lab first. Makes it easier to craft and collect Mark armor. Even open up all the rooms below and below the laboratory. The armor storage box with a height of tens of meters surrounding the wall was made. The dense battle armor storage boxes are close together. There are a full 200 of them. Tony's villa is still small, and I will build the world's largest villa by myself in the future to store Mark's armor. At that time, it will be charged at $100,000 an hour. The experience fee is $1 million for half an hour. If you apply for a membership card for 10 million, you can get a personal trainer to take you to the flight. Flight altitude and distance will be charged separately. Quite a business mind. Build a villa to create a Mark armor museum. At that time, there will be a lot of rich people crazy to buy tickets to visit. Eye of the Future plus 10 by 2, current Eye of the Future, 640. Crit, popularity dial plus 10x2, current popularity dial, 80. Violence in Violence, meteorite plus 10 by 2, current meteorite, 1580. After a while, Mew Bai and duplications created 12 Zodiac armors. Each battle armor contains a strong flavor of the Zodiac. It even uses 12 spells as a logo mark on the right chest of the armor. Looking at the Zodiac armor in front of him, Mew Bai's eyes are full of love. But at the same time, I didn't forget to record the video and make fighting sounds. But at this moment, Mew Bai suddenly thought of a more popular method than recording a video to make fighting sounds. Brother can live broadcast and record video at the same time. Not only can I tell fans more comprehensively, but I can also earn a lot of reward money. Brother is too smart. After speaking, I immediately bought a set of live broadcast equipment in the system store. Then let the duplication record. Soon a live broadcast room named Iron Man Armor Conference was born. Mew Bai through hacking techniques. Soon the live broadcast room became the most popular in an instant. With exposure. Netizens who were watching the live broadcast at the moment clicked in after seeing the title. Even if there are still most of the netizens who don't know Iron Man. Due to the interference of hacking technology, they all flooded into Mew Bai's live broadcast room at the same time. The number of people in Mew Bai's live broadcast room went from dozens to hundreds of thousands in an instant. And Mew Bai's live broadcast is not only broadcast live on one live broadcast platform. Live broadcast on multiple mobile phones and multiple live broadcast platforms. At the moment duplication, the mobile phone in his hand is like a peacock opening its screen. As long as it is a serious and green live broadcast software. Mew Bai's live broadcast room rushed to the first place in popularity. A large number of netizens who were watching the live broadcast from all over the country entered one after another. Some big internet celebrities who are still live broadcasting watched the number of people in their live broadcast room from 10,000 to 100. I wondered in my heart and thought that the live broadcast software had crashed. I didn't understand what was going on until I saw the barrage. Iron Man is live broadcasting battle armor. Everyone, don't watch the little girl here, hurry up and watch Iron Man. What? Iron Man's live broadcast, superhero live broadcast is much more interesting than game anchors. Iron Man is Black Deadpool's apprentice. Although I'm not his fan, I can go and see it for Black Deadpool. Since everyone is gone, I'll take a look. Slip away. What? Iron Man is live. Dai Xiaomei heard that Iron Man was live. He also no longer cared about the remaining 3 or 4 fans in the live broadcast room. Without further ado, I immediately downloaded it. Look for the Iron Man live broadcast room on all the live channels. Soon, I saw a live broadcast room with Iron Man written on the top of the list. As soon as I clicked in, I saw Iron Man in black and white armor. For the Black Deadpool who is invincible at the beginning. Little girl Dai is not very interested. After all, with the reputation of being a Black Deadpool, it is estimated that many women who are better than him like him. And Iron Man, a new hero with a bleak background, especially arouses the sympathy of Dai Xiaomei. In particular, I heard the story of Iron Man destroying terrorists and saving the village. The love for Iron Man is out of control. Now Iron Man is streaming live on his own streaming platform. As the big anchor of the platform, he will naturally not be stingy. 1,000 rockets were launched in a row for 1,000 yuan. See the rocket with full-screen special effects in the live broadcast room. Everyone in the studio knew that little sister Dai was coming. F*K, the big anchor is here too. Dai Xiaomei was crying poor a few days ago, but the Iron Man live broadcast directly brushed 10 rockets. Only 10 rockets cost 1,000 yuan, not 100 rockets. If you get 100 rockets, you will be really proud. If you have the ability, you can use it. It's only a level 1 brand. What face is there to laugh at the little girl? Just when the barrage was chatting hotly, suddenly, a full-screen and long-lasting spaceship rose in the live broadcast room. Holy shit, a spaceship costs 10,000 yuan, and this directly gives away 10. Who can give it away, so rich? Thanks to Sister Bu Joe for sending 10 spaceships. Mu Bai just finished thanking. The barrage exploded again. Sister Joe used all her belongings to reward Iron Man, right? Sister Joe went bankrupt, and she was planning to buy a house the day before yesterday, but today I used all the down payment as a reward. It's only 100,000, so it won't make Sister Joe go bankrupt. You guys haven't seen money, have you? You're so excited to reward 100,000. Let's stop talking about the level 1 brand, okay? Whoever can kick out the first level brand, I will give 100 yuan. 17. I wanted to spend 10,000 yuan to attract Iron Man's attention. But who would have thought that Sister Joe's 10 spaceships would directly bury little sister Dumb? Damn it. King paid me 10,000 yuan, and Iron Man didn't even see my name clearly. Dai Xiaomei continued to recharge to get Iron Man's attention. But at this time, the spaceship in the live broadcast room rose again. All kinds of big anchors came to smash gifts like crazy just to get Iron Man's attention. There are even big internet celebrities who come to confess their love frantically and make appointments offline. Thank you fans for the gift, but don't brush it again. I came up to the live broadcast just to show you my new armor. Please consume rationally and don't buy gifts blindly. Although Mu Bai emphasized that there is no need for gifts. But the hands are on others. Gifts flashed across the screen constantly one after another. The screen-filling special effects prevented most viewers from seeing Iron Man's face. You can only see spaceships, rockets, and Porsches scurrying back and forth. The gift scene is comparable to War of the Worlds. I can't stop seeing the gifts. Mu Bai quickly closed the tipping. So as not to affect your own powder absorption. And within tens of minutes of opening the reward, Mu Bai earned tens of millions from gifts alone. Why do you want to close the rewarding channel? Quickly open it. I just recharged it. Little girl Dai started smashing the keyboard in a hurry because she couldn't tip the reward. Isn't this a silly little girl? It's the first time I see you actively rewarding the male anchor. I never tip a male anchor, I tip a hero 0. Okay, fans, today I will show you my 12 mark armors. And each piece contains the elements of the Chinese zodiac. Here the zodiac signs. The fans of Longguo instantly boiled over. You have created a battle armor with elements of our Dragon Kingdom so quickly, you must like Dragon Kingdom very much. As Iron Man from Dragon Country? Are you kidding? I didn't hear Black Deadpool's introduction that Iron Man used to be an American football player. There is no American football in Longguo. Regardless of whether he is from the Dragon Kingdom or not, the armor is based on the zodiac. I'm sure about this person. Fans keep saying good things. The number of fans is skyrocketing. Don't lie to everyone. I'm actually from the Dragon Kingdom, but I'm currently in the United States. Even so, I still won't forget that I'm from the Dragon Kingdom. I made this armor specially for the Dragon Kingdom. I will give the 12 Zodiac battle armor to the fans with the most potential in Dragon Kingdom. This sentence makes Longuo fans excited. Let them realize your new identity, and Dragon Kingdom is more loved by Iron Man than other countries. And give fans 12 sets of Mark armor. This gift cannot even be measured by money. After all, with the current level of technology, the Mark armor belongs to the ceiling level. As long as you wear the Mark armor, Dragon Kingdom will have 12 more Iron Man. Eye of the Future plus 10 by 2, current Eye of the Future, 660. Crit, popularity dial plus 10x2, current popularity dial, 100. When the popularity dial reaches 100, activate the Devil Fruit Explosion rate, and the Devil Fruit Explosion rate will increase by 10%. Violence in Violence, Meteorite plus 5.610x2, current Meteorite, 1600. Meteorites reach 1600, activate the 16th stage of natural disaster meteors. You have 500 Belide meteorites with a diameter of 7,000 meters, which can strike any position on the Earth. Each meteorite will explode after landing, and the power is comparable to 1,000,000 times nuclear bomb. As soon as these words came out, the barrage exploded. The enthusiasm of the fans also made Mew Bai's popularity soar. Unlock achievement. Crazy fan blocking, plus 30 million popularity value. Unlock achievement. New identity with tens of millions of fans, plus 80 million popularity. Unlock achievement. Dragon Kingdom Idol, plus 50 million popularity. Unlock achievement. 10 million rewards, plus 10 million popularity. Unlock achievement. Live broadcast with millions of viewers, plus 50 million popularity. Unlock achievement. One sentence to get millions of diehard fans, plus 60 million popularity. Unlock achievement. The strongest anchor, plus 30 million popularity. Okay, everyone, now let's get to the point. Introducing the first new armor, the Mouse armor, one of the 12 zodiac signs. Mew Bai stood back so that the fans in front of the screen could see better. The Rat armor is the armor with the smallest coverage area among the 12 zodiac signs. Armor is semi-mechanical, but relatively speaking, the handling is very good. Due to its lightness, flexibility has been improved a lot. Also wear gliding function, rope hook, sonar weapon. Suitable for playing flight. A must-have for home and travel. What a small battle armor, can you give it to me? I am your loyal fan. I am willing to be your apprentice, accept me. I will pay 50 million yuan to buy this set of Mouse armor. It's only 50 million, and I'll pay 50.01 million. I offer 60 million, if you want to sell it, you can pretend that I didn't say it. Didn't Iron Man say that he would make selections? It's not that you can get them simply by sending barrage. The barrage is just to enliven the atmosphere, what do you know? This brother is too serious, isn't he? Before giving Iron Man to someone, you must see the character of that person clearly, and don't give it to Keyboard Man. Why? Look down on our Keyboard Man, at least bring an envoy. Our Panxia can even hack Deadpool 50/50 on the internet, can you do it? Watching the hot discussion on the screen, Mew Bai pretended not to see it. In addition, sending battle armor is a matter for the future. There are currently no plans to send it out. Saying it now is just to arouse the enthusiasm of fans. The introduction of the first Rat armor is over, and the next one is the Bull Warrior armor. In addition, please don't quote in the live broadcast room, all armors are not for sale. And even if it is sold to you, you can't use it. Mew Bai magnetically manipulates the Bull armor to fly from a distance. The Rat battle armor will automatically disengage. As soon as Niu Zhanxia appeared on the stage, the audience in the live broadcast room saw what a heavyweight player is. Especially compared with the first light Rat armor. It looks extraordinarily huge, and the Bull armor was inspired by Anti-Hulk armor. Main defense and melee attack against large beast. The color is earthy yellow. A pair of horns similar to Father of Autos are mounted on top of the head. The more conspicuous weapons are the two heavy laser cannons on the back. The shape of the weapon is similar to that of Blastoise. This one is much stronger than the first one, and it can resist beating at first sight. If I had a cow battle armor, I would be able to punch 10 monsters with one punch. Ah, how did we offend you? Would you be able to beat Ultraman if you put it on? Altman can't break the defense when he comes. But it looks too bulky for me. Oh, the guy upstairs really picked it up. That's right, after all, brother is also a person of taste. If you give me a battle armor that you don't like, I won't even take it. Don't brag. I'm sure you won't be able to sleep at night with excitement as I give you a pair of Bull Warrior's horns. I think the Bull Warrior armor is more suitable for muscular men. When you're picking a candidate, be sure to look for a big, athletic guy. After introducing the Bull Warrior armor, next is the Tiger armor with the highest appearance. The armor imitates the white tiger. Black and white pattern plus frosted surface. The melee weapon is a pair of claws that can be retracted at will and carry lightning. For the sake of appearance, long-distance combat weapons are all hidden styles. There are chest guns, shoulder guns and hidden energy in the back. What a handsome armor. Appearance is king. The main appearance of tiger armor is very suitable for young people. I hope the price will not be too high. Okay, the next step is to avoid armor. As soon as the hand is stretched out, the armor immediately covers the whole body. The position of the upper and lower legs of the battle armor is obviously prominent. The legs are wrapped in heavy metal. Underfoot and heel are equipped with rocket boosters. Good at using powerful inertial kicking skills to finish opponents. If I had this armor, I would definitely win the first place in school sports. Not to mention the school sports meeting, the Olympic Games can break world records. This leg seems to be missing something. It would be more perfect if it was painted with black silk. Good guy, black silk can wear armor. Black silk is not good, white silk is YYDS. Below is the dragon battle armor. After speaking, the armor-free makeup on his body was automatically removed and he flew back to the armor storage box. The dragon armor flew to Mew Bai, all in red. The back is covered with 5 pointed stars. A thick dragon tail is particularly domineering. He was full of aura when he came out. The dragon battle armor mainly focuses on weapon output. All fear comes from lack of firepower. Dragon armor is equipped with more than 20 kinds of weapons. Any horror can be eliminated, especially good for cleaning up zombies. That feels absolutely sour. It looks more attractive than the tiger armor. Whenever I upload the link, I have money ready. Even if you get the link, you don't have a share. There are only a few million people grabbing one item, and the chance of grabbing it is only 1 in a million. When will the weapons be shown live? I really want to see the full firepower. If there is a chance, I will broadcast live to show everyone the power of the weapon. In addition, I also prepared a fan armor for those who watch my live broadcast every time. One sentence makes everyone stick to your Douyin number every day. Most of them have set up notifications for the live broadcast of the anchor. Even if I can't get the fan armor, I still want to see the world. Eye of the Future plus 10 by 2, current Eye of the Future, 680. Crit, popularity dial plus 10x2, current popularity dial, 120. Storm in Storm, 130, Qinglian Earth Heartfire plus 10 by 2, current Qinglian Earth Heartfire, 20. Underneath is the snake armor. After the snake armor possessed, Mew Bai disappeared instantly from the live broadcast room. See, Iron Man is gone. Everyone was anxious like ants on a hot pot. I was quite curious about Mew Bai's armor sets. At the moment, there was no one in the studio. Curiosity also suddenly had nowhere to vent. Where's Iron Man? Am I stuck? Upstairs you don't have a card. Everyone has no card. Why is there no picture in the live broadcast room? Could it be that millions of viewers were watching Iron Man online at the same time and the system crashed? The system didn't crash, I'm still here. I just heard Iron Man speaking. Iron Man, I am a dumb girl, can I go back to the level? Just when everyone didn't know what to say, Mew Bai appeared in the live broadcast room again. In the next second, the person disappeared again. In a few seconds the man reappeared. The sound is always on but there is no picture. I understand that the snake armor has a stealth function. It's the truth upstairs, no wonder no one can be seen. Iron Man is awesome, he even mastered stealth technology. Damn it, Iron Man is an alien, right? Or is his technology all from aliens? Shocking, Iron Man will be the greatest scientist of this century. Teacher Seema's explanation is correct. The snake armor does have a stealth function. After speaking, Mew Bai's whole body appeared in the live broadcast room. The whole body of the snake armor is green, compared to other armors. The shape of the snake armor is clear. The figure of the battle armor is very in line with human aesthetics. The whole body is like wearing a tights, and the battle armor is like a snake shedding its skin. Disarms faster than other warframes. Because Teacher Seema guessed the function of the snake armor correctly, I will reward the limited edition snake armor figure. Liwu takes off, hee. Teacher Seema in front of the at the moment studio smiled like a child. Immediately took a gulp of plain water to suppress the shock. Because he got a gift from Iron Man. It is also the first gift from Iron Man. At the moment I feel extremely proud inside. Mr. Seema, can you give me the gift? I'll give you 100 rockets. I'm sorry, little girl, the gift is priceless. If you also want Iron Man's gift, I suggest you observe and analyze more. Maybe next time you will be praised by Iron Man like me. After the snake battle armor is over, the horse battle armor is under it. Oh, just hearing the name is very suitable for my Teacher Seema. The horse armor quickly appeared. The shape of the armor is inspired by the centaur. After putting on the battle armor, you will find that there are 2 extra legs. It belongs to the extended version of the transport support armor. It is equipped with the latest satellite positioning system, radar scanning system, and intelligent avoidance of danger. 4 seats are provided in the horse body. It can be used to protect or lead people away from the battlefield quickly. Armament was only machine guns on the sides, and it can't fly and can only run on land. But running speed is no less than flight speed. I think it would look better in a unicorn shape. The horse battle armor is over, and the sheep battle armor is next. After a few minutes of showing, Mu Bai quickly removed his armor. The sheep armor quickly possessed him. As soon as he appeared on the stage, the audience in the live broadcast room became cute. What a cute battle armor. Other armors are domineering, but the sheep armor is cute. If every armor is exactly the same, it will be too unique. Each of the 12 sets of battle armor has its own shining points, which can directly kill the difficulty of choosing. Iron Man deserves to be a technological hero. Both armor design and weapons are very avant-garde. The sheep battle armor looks like a large sheep doll. If it weren't for Mu Bai saying it was a battle armor, everyone else will think it's just an oversized doll. But under the cute appearance is a cold muzzle. If all the wool is pulled out, you will see that the whole body of the sheep armor is full of muzzles. It is completely a machine gun bunker that can walk freely. Next is Wukong armor. The battle armor with the strongest combat power among the 12 zodiac signs is also my favorite. One sentence increases everyone's curiosity by 10 times. The strength of the most famous character in Wukong mythology should not be underestimated. And your description just now, coupled with Wukong's original strength, has to make people look forward to the appearance of Wukong's armor. Eye of the Future plus 10 by 2, current Eye of the Future, 700. Crit, popularity dial plus 10x2, current popularity dial, 140. Violence in Violence, Qinglian Earth Heartfire plus 10 by 2, current Qinglian Earth Heartfire, 40. Show it quickly, little sister Dai can't wait any longer. Sister Joe, don't involve me in everything. Let's analyze in advance what kind of armor the Wukong armor will be. Mr. Ma, you are here again. If you can analyze it, I will call you Dad. I can't wait to see Wukong's joint armor. Iron Man opened the tipping channel, I just recharged 100,000. That's right, open the tipping channel, we have nowhere to spend money. It's been a minute, why haven't you shown it yet? Don't worry, everyone, the best is always saved for the last. Now let's take a look at the battle chicken armor. After speaking, the armor on his body was removed again. War chicken armor covers the whole body. This battle armor gives people a sense of arrogance. This is probably the fighting chicken in the battle armor? Would you wake up and crow in the morning if you put on the battle chicken armor? Upstairs, do you want to laugh at me to death, and then inherit my transformation? The color of the battle chicken armor is yellow and red. The coxcomb adorned on the head is more spiritual. The pair of phoenix wings on the back is the main output weapon of the armor. Phoenix wings have a wingspan of 10 meters. Covering ground strikes can be carried out in the air. It surpasses all previous warframes in flight speed. Next, Mu Bai put on the hound armor again. The hound armor is modeled after the werewolf. Wear night vision, heat vision, and life radar exploration functions. The main function is adventure rescue. The penultimate piece is the wild boar armor. The whole body of the wild boar armor is metallic. Compared with other armors, it has the lowest face value. And obesity is exactly like a huge amounts of metal ball. Is this a suit made for PDD? Don't say it's really suitable. I guess the design concept of the wild boar armor should be inspired by the ball. Can transform into ball form to attack enemies. Teacher Ma started again. This time, Mr. Ma guessed it right again, and I will reward you with a limited edition wild boar armor. Backquote, thank you. Thank you Iron Man, don't call me Teacher Ma, just call me Pony. F*K. I guessed it right again. Mr. Ma, you already have 2 presents, isn't it too much to give me one? You can ask me to give you a mouse and keyboard, but I regard Iron Man's gift as a treasure, so I won't give it away casually. Mu Bai is equipped with a wild boar armor. Demonstrated again in the live broadcast room. The limbs and head of the wild boar armor can be retracted into the stomach. After blocking all parts, Warframe enters ball form. And there are different modes in the ball form. There is quill mode, the whole body is covered with spikes. Electro-optic mode, the body is full of high-voltage electricity. In the weapon mode, the machine gun is stretched out from the whole body, and the machine gun is rotated and fired. We want to see the Wukong armor. That's right, I've finished watching the 11 Zodiac Warframes, and it's time to watch the Wukong battle frames next. See the enthusiasm of the fans. Mu Bai naturally won't dampen their mood. Wukong battle armor comes as soon as it is said. Immediately possessed Mu Bai. The original shape was created based on Wukong's skin number 0. As soon as the mighty and domineering Wukong mech appeared on the stage, fans took screenshots one after another. At the same time, Mu Bai opened the rewarding channel again. Constantly tipping frenziedly poured into the live broadcast room. Don't tip me anymore, I won't even be able to see the Wukong mech anymore. That's right, the screenshot captures some gift special effects. Really no or false no, will not cancel the gift special effect mode. Unlock achievement. 100 million rewards, plus 50 million popularity. Unlock achievement. Net Red Terminator, plus 50 million popularity. Unlock achievement. Fan effect, plus 30 million popularity points, complete. Unlock achievement. Fan screensaver, plus 20 million popularity. Unlock achievement. Live broadcast with millions of viewers, plus 10 million popularity. Unlock achievement. Tens of millions of live viewers, plus 20 million popularity. Second identity fans reached 50 million, unlock the third identity. The fan value of the third identity does not overlap with the fan value of other identities. What's the function of Wukong armor? Yes, since it is the highest combat power, it should be very strong. Can you go out and give a demonstration? Why doesn't Teacher Ma stop analyzing? I am willing to pay 1 million for the Wukong mecha figure. Instead of relying on Teacher Ma, it is better to rely on your own analysis. The last armor was displayed. Mu Bai has no other armor to show off. Okay, everyone, the 12 zodiac armors have been displayed. I have already introduced the functions of the 11 zodiac armors. Who can guess the ability of Wukong's armor? Choose one of the 12 armors at random. This remark caused a sensation in the entire live broadcast room. I thought that the battle armor was far away from them, but your words narrowed the distance between them in the battle. As long as you have any armor, you will be the focus no matter where you go. Like Ferrari, Maserati, Rolls-Royce are completely weak compared to Iron Man armor. Owning any armor of Iron Man is equivalent to owning traffic, fame, wealth, and women. Even be treated as Iron Man apprentice. Iron Man is the apprentice of Black Deadpool, and indirectly connected with the strongest Black Deadpool on Earth. The tens of millions of online viewers in the live broadcast room will rack their brains to make guesses. Eye of the future plus 10 by 2, the current Eye of the future is 720. Crit, popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 160. Violence in violence, Qinglian Earth Heartfire plus 10 by 2, current Qinglian Earth Heartfire, 60. Since it is called Wukong armor, it must have something to do with Monkey King's ability. Can you learn Kamapei Qigong or Zizai Ultimate Intention? Where is the nonsense? Wukong of the Dragon Kingdom doesn't have those nonsense abilities. 72 transformations? Fierce eyes? That's pretty much the analysis. Warframe should be able to duplication or change form at will. Impossible. Even sci-fi movies can't achieve mecha duplication, and it's even more impossible in reality. A battle frame is a fixed unit. How can it be possible to duplicate another battle frame again, unless there is a smaller robot in the body? Where did Mr. Ma go? Why didn't he come out and analyze it? Do you have to guess all the abilities of Wukong's armor to get rewards? No, you only need to guess the 3 abilities of Wukong's armor, and Wukong's armor only has 3 abilities. I launched a guessing activity at the bottom of the live broadcast room. You just fill in the 3 abilities you have thought about. A page pops up at the bottom of the live room. Tens of millions of viewers frantically flocked to conceive the 3 abilities about the Wukong armor. Among them, 72 changes accounted for 30%. Sharp eyes accounted for 20%. Somersault cloud accounted for 10%. Monkey hair duplication accounted for 10%. The indestructible body of King Kong accounted for 10%. Others are unrelated abilities. Look at the guesses of the fans. Mu Bai didn't panic at all. In fact, the Wukong mecha is just an empty mecha shell. Even the intelligent system Mu Bai is not installed. The reason why it is said to be the strongest is that the person wearing this set of armor can add abilities at will. The principle is similar to that of a vote. Even if you guess right, you can change the data instantly. With Mu Bai's countless abilities, it is impossible for tens of millions of people to guess the 3 correctly. After reading everyone's votes, everyone has their own opinion on Wukong armor. Has anyone guessed correctly? What ability did Teacher Ma write? King Kong's indestructible body, piercing eyes, and heaven and earth. These are all inspired by the mythical Wukong. I'm actually the same as Teacher Ma. If both of them guess correctly, how will the battle armor be divided? Definitely 1 piece per person. What if more than 12 people get it right? One person wears it for 1 day. Don't fantasize about hearing Iron Man announce the correct answer. At the moment, there was a lot of discussion on the barrage. Mu Bai also sums up everyone's guesses. 3 abilities of Wukong armor. Hear Mu Bai's words. The entire live broadcast room fell silent for an instant. Everyone is waiting for the draw. Waiting for the moment of soaring to the top. Going to the sky and entering the earth, controlled by magnetic force, the body of King Kong is indestructible. Damn it. I was just short of one hit. It's a pity for Mr. Ma. No one would have thought that the second ability would be magnetic control. It's no pity, it was all guesswork and fun. If you really want to get the Iron Man armor, you will definitely be taken away by the country in the next second. Don't be disappointed, everyone. Although I didn't win, I have prepared benefits for everyone. One sentence made the fans who were about to leave the studio stop their hands. One sentence makes the fans whose buttocks are about to leave the toilet, buttocks stick to the toilet again. One sentence makes the fans who are about to eat a meal put down their chopsticks again. Comfort fans with benefits. Resurrection of fans' original lost mood. Eye of the Future plus 10 by 2, current Eye of the Future, 740. Crit, popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 180. Violence in Violence, Chinglian Earth Heartfire plus 10 by 2, current Chinglian Earth Heartfire, 80. Click on the little windmill below the live broadcast room. There are benefits I prepared for fans. After hearing the benefits, everyone clicks on the small windmill to view it. After seeing the dazzling array of 12 Zodiac battle armor figures in the small windmill, all of them opened their mouths wide in surprise. Immediately buy frantically in the next second. However, it was found that each account can only purchase one Warframe once. That is to say, each person can only buy one set of Zodiac armor figures. Although each is worth more than 500, that still enjoy it and keep changing numbers to snap up crazy purchases. These are limited edition figures, and will not be listed in any online store except my live broadcast room. Can one person sell 2 sets? One set is not enough. That's right, I'm going to give our leaders a set, and it will be enough to give away figures during the Chinese New Year and holidays. My dad is also a big fan of yours and will love the Iron Man Zodiac battle figure for his birthday soon. Currently, there is only one set for one person. When a new armor is developed in the future, figures of the same armor will also be released. When will the new armor be released? Probably tomorrow or next month. In the future, when there are more mechs and armors, I will also hold armor exhibitions, and there will be armor test flights, autographed figures, etc. One sentence raises fans' expectations. We are all looking forward to your latest armor. Eye of the Future plus 10 by 2, current Eye of the Future, 760. Crit, popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 200. The popularity turntable reaches 200, the number of lucky draws is activated, and an additional 100 lucky draws are added every day. Violence in Violence, Chinglian Earth Heartfire plus 10 by 2, current Chinglian Earth Heartfire, 100. Chinglian Geocentric Fire reaches 100, activate Chinglian Geocentric Fire. The flame in the geocentric lava is blue in color. The power of this fire is unpredictable, and it can even trigger a volcanic eruption near the volcanic area. Form a large the destructive power of nature. The content of the live broadcast is over. Let's see you next time live. Mu Bai waved his hand at the screen, then downcast at the speed of light. Only the unsatisfied fans remained in the live broadcast room without pictures. Iron Man is over. What are you doing in the studio? You go first. I plan to stay here and wait. Iron Man is online. Brother, I think you want to rush to do it? Haha, no, please download it quickly. I will call everyone when Iron Man is online. How can I let you stay alone in an empty room? We will stay with you. Yes, hanging in the room also increases experience. Even though Mu Bai is no longer in the live broadcast room, there are still tens of thousands of people waiting for Mu Bai to start broadcasting again. And at the moment Mu Bai is looking at the 12 mark armors in front of him. It's useless to look at it, I have to wear it and go out for a test flight. Just when Mu Bai finished speaking, the pocket phone rang suddenly. Hey, why is Tony calling me again? If you want to ask brother how many girls he has slept with under your identity, I can send you some videos later. It's not about this, I just want to ask if you are with Iron Man now? Have you watched my live broadcast? The network in Afghanistan is very unstable. Let alone watching live broadcasts, you have to cache some pictures for a long time. It was Rhodes who told me that both he and the military liked Iron Man's weapons very much, and he just told me to make the same armor as Iron Man. I guess you must have agreed with confidence. Haha, building armor was originally my plan. If Iron Man can give me some inspiration, I don't mind giving him some shares. Shares. Tony has made a deal. I will send my apprentice Iron Man to find you. Find me? Why don't you take me back? You should continue to stay in Afghanistan. I only enjoyed it for one day. I will pick you up after I finish enjoying it. If you sneak back by yourself without my permission, I will send you to farther places, such as going to the Antarctic to see penguins. One sentence makes Tony feel cold and cold. Your words let Tony know that he is going to stay in Afghanistan temporarily. You were not imprisoned by terrorists, but you arranged them in Afghanistan. And my identity was taken away, so I can only stay in the sun in the network 460. Eye of the future plus 10 by 2, current eye of the future, 780. Crit, popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 220. Violence in violence, limb growth plus 10 by 2, current limb growth, 20. Get off the phone with Tony. Mu Bai chose to wear Wukong armor to meet Tony. Anyway, time is not in a hurry. Mu Bai does not intend to use teleportation but to experience the fun of armored flight. You pretend to be Tony while I'm away. Leave it to me, boss. After ordering duplication, Mu Bai flew out of the window. And armor energy. Mu Bai produced more energy than the reactor on Tony's chest. So that every armor is full of power, like a runaway 5.0 T wild horse. At the same time as the flight, Mu Bai did not forget to play a fancy flight in the air. Shuttle clouds left traces of love in the air. Birding in the air is side by side with flying birds. This can't kill the bird. Even sitting on the top of the plane and drinking tea leisurely by controlling gravity. Don't forget to take a selfie while drinking tea. Just when Mu Bai is leisurely at high altitude, it happened to be spotted by 2 fighter jets returning from Afghanistan. Saw an unidentified aircraft appearing ahead. The 2 flight members were very confused. A message was immediately sent to the Air Defense Command. However, the most advanced Air Defense Command of the United States did not notice that an unidentified flight object was flying in its own airspace. It was agreed that the flight crew was wrong. Or is there an alien high-tech UFO? Are you sure you saw an unknown flight object? That's right, my radar can't find him, and I can see the flight object not far in front of us through my eyes. Follow him closely and don't attack, send us his image. Follow Commander. The 2 fighters followed Mu Bai closely. Has been hiding in the distance staring. Mu Bai didn't take it seriously at all. Still go its own way and play stunt flight. All of Mu Bai's performances in the air were transmitted to the Air Defense Command by the flight crew. Face the mysterious flight object. Everyone in the headquarters was stunned. Never seen a flight faster than a fighter jet. And it's a flight object with a strange shape. Could it be Iron Man? Iron Man's Mark armor is somewhat similar to the appearance of the unknown flight object. A male Iron Man fan in the headquarters said suddenly. Iron Man. Black Deadpool's apprentice, a hero who eliminates terrorists. That's right. Look, Commander, this is Iron Man's Douyin number. The commander took the mobile phone from his subordinate. Take a serious look at Iron Man's Douyin video. The 2 Mark 1 and 2 armors in the video made the headquarters fall into contemplation. Although there is a big difference in appearance, the only person who can make the flight armor is Iron Man. We wouldn't dare touch him if it was Iron Man. Even if Iron Man is not strong, he is still Black Deadpool's apprentice. Our military is no match for Black Deadpool. The subordinates on the side quickly reminded. I am afraid that the commander will take actions to destroy the United States. Don't worry, I have my own measure. The commander naturally knows the strength of Black Deadpool. Send another message directly to the fighter following Mu Bai. You guys go after him and ask him if he's Iron Man. Follow Commander. After speaking, the 2 fighters suddenly accelerated in a straight line. Follow behind Mu Bai to issue a warning. You have entered the United States airspace, please show your identity. Please show your identity. See, Mu Bai did not move. The 2 flight members did not dare to do anything. Can you hear me, are you Iron Man? Seeing the 2 keep asking. Mu Bai was going to tease them. I'm not Iron Man, I'm Iron Man. Man of Steel? A name the 2 had never heard before. Then send a message to the command immediately. Commander, he is not Iron Man, but Iron Man. What? Man of Steel? Everyone in the headquarters was surprised. Just 1 word away from being an unassailable target. Since it's not Iron Man, attack now, attack now. Yes, sir. The flight crew who received the destroy order in the air began to attack. Brush. 4 missiles chased from far to near. Mu Bai is alone in the air flight is bored. Deliberately want to play with the fighter jets of the MI army. Immediately controlled the 4 flying missiles with magnetic force. With just 1 look, the 4 missiles attacking him returned the same way. The flight crew of the fighter saw the missiles launched and returned. Immediately his face turned pale with fright. Brush. But fortunately, the 4 missiles passed by without any danger. The 2 flight crew took a deep breath. Reporting, sir. The unknown flight object in front seems to be able to control the missiles we launch. Controlling missiles? How is that possible? Everyone in the Air Force command post was puzzled. With the technology of the Earth, it is impossible to change the course of the missile. For this powerful and unknown technology, the headquarters can only explain it with visitors from outside the sky. Are you sure it was your missile that came back? Not the other side's launch? The commander asked again deliberately. Probably, not quite sure. In fact, the flight crew did not believe that the flight object in front of them could have such a strong technology. But the incident suddenly spoke out directly according to the thoughts at the time. Since we are not sure, it must be his counterattack. We must not be merciful in the face of this kind of enemy plane. The commander clenched his fists and shouted at Daofan. The flight crew who received the order. Launch a fierce attack again. They have regarded Mu Bai as a threat to invade the country. Just shoot down the credits. The 2 will definitely receive a lot of rewards when they return to the Air Force Command. Brush. Brush. The 2 fighters quickly locked on to Mu Bai. 2 missiles chased towards Mu Bai. The first time is just to tease you. If you get ahead, don't blame brother for sending you to heaven. Final notice from Iron Man. The 2 of them trembled when they heard it, and felt a moment of fear after hearing it. Although I know you are a difficult guy, but the military order must not be violated. No one wants to be a deserter. Will not cancel the attack on you because of threats. Eye of the Future plus 10 by 2, current Eye of the Future, 800. Crit, popularity dial plus 10x2, current popularity dial, 240. Violence in violence, limb growth plus 10 by 2, current limb growth, 40. You have invaded our country's airspace, please land immediately. Please land immediately. If you toast and don't eat fine wine, I will make you regret it. The unidentified flight object that was still in sight of the 2 of them disappeared instantly after speaking. This move surprised them both. Your words let the 2 of you know that you are serious about it. Sudden appearance and disappearance made the 2 of them a little regretful. If God gives the 2 of them another chance, they will definitely not tell the Air Defense Command what they saw. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 220, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 260. Violence in violence, limb growth plus 10 by 2, current limb growth, 60. After Mu Bai disappeared, the 4 pursuing missiles also disappeared. Because there are more clouds in the sky, the 2 flight crew did not see the picture of Mu Bai controlling the 4 missiles. Otherwise, the 2 of them would have been frightened and quickly turned the nose of the plane. What about the others? I didn't see it, but the missile should have exploded when it was launched. The flight attendant wondered. The 2 encountered supernatural events in the sky for the first time. Even those who have received professional training can't help but feel frightened. Don't worry, you might miss it. Fly out. It shouldn't be. With the speed of the missile, even if it doesn't hit, it should explode on the ground at this time. Could it be that the missile was controlled by an unknown flight again? The missile that returned just now was not his attack, but we launched the missile? The more they talked, the more disturbed the hearts of the 2 flight members. The 2 currently chasing Mu Bai belong to the United States' most advanced fighter jets. Now being played around by an unknown flight object. It is conceivable that the strength of the unknown flight object absolutely crushes the United States Air Force. I think things are too strange. Why don't we return? Call headquarters. We apply to return. Did you kill the unknown flight object? Asked the head of the Air Force Command. At the moment, he was still aggressive and didn't take Man of Steel seriously. Not to mention any intruder who invades the airspace of the United States. Maybe it hit? Because we can't find him after launching the missile. Yes, he may have been shot, etc. At this moment, the tone of the other flight became very flustered. It's like understanding ghosts in broad daylight. At the same time, everyone in the Air Force Command was stunned. There are 2 missiles stuck under your cabin. They are the second school we sent out just now. Your bottom is more powerful than mine. There are 6 missiles on it. It looks like they are all missiles launched by our fighter jets. What? Hear this sentence. The MI Army in the Air Force Command was all shocked. The 8 missiles launched by the fighter were quietly placed under the fighter. What kind of technology can do it? Far beyond the imagination of this group of experts who have studied fighter jets for many years. Hurry back. The person in charge of the headquarters quickly issued an order. He doesn't want to lose 2 fighter jets worth over 100 million yuan and 2 experienced flight personnel. It's too late to leave now. At this time, Mubai's voice resounded in everyone's ears. Everyone, including the Air Defense Command, heard it. All of a sudden it was messed up. One sentence scares everyone. They have already regarded you as an alien high-tech civilization weapon. And knowing that it is not your opponent who intends to surrender. But your words let everyone know that there is no hope of surrender now. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 240, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 280. Violence in violence, limb growth plus 10 by 2, current limb growth, 80. I'm sorry to go around us. That's right, it's not that we want to attack you, it's all the orders of the damned commander. We're just soldiers following orders. Knowing that Mubai was going to fight back, the two flight crew immediately begged for mercy. Don't kill me, I still have a 3-month-old child, I don't want the child not to see dad. We will return immediately and will not pursue you again. Don't touch them. If you dare to touch them, you are against us. We, the United States, have heroes and trump cards, and we will not be defeated by a little threat. If you dare to attack our fighters, it is tantamount to declaring war with the United States. The commander's sudden voice made the two flight members tremble. Just wanted to win Mubai's sympathy, but the commander's words undoubtedly pushed the two into the fire pit. What about a declaration of war? Will the United States also dare to clamor to see if Grandpa will not accept you? After speaking, the two fighter jets disappeared into Mubai's arsenal in an instant. And the two flight members fell directly from the sky. Fortunately, they all carry parachutes on their backs. It just so happens that my arsenal still lacks a lot of weapons. Bring them here. 0.3. The confiscation of two fighter jets is not the end. The next second Mubai came to the United States Air Defense Command. Notice that Mubai has come over the command post. An alarm sounded immediately in the headquarters. The chiefs of the headquarters fled one after another. Only the commander who is not afraid of death rushed out. With a submachine gun in his hand, he shot at Mubai in the air. Since you really want to die, I'll be a good person and let you die. With a wave of his hand, huge amounts of gravity descend on the commander's head. Press the commander directly into a patty and integrate it with the ground. Get rid of command. Mubai stood in the air and pointed. Less than a minute. The United States Weapons Advanced Air Defense Command is nothing but an empty shell. No weapons, planes or anything. Not even a toilet plug was left for them. Finish harvesting the United States Air Defense Command. Mubai continued flying towards Afghanistan, because playing enough. This time, I drove directly to the maximum speed and reached Afghanistan in a few minutes. Turn on the positioning and come to the sky over the area where the Afghan Rice Army is stationed. At the moment, the MI Army below saw an unidentified flight object appearing in the sky. They all looked up. The news quickly reached Rhodes and Tony. Hearing the appearance of an unknown flight object, Tony immediately put down the wine glass in his hand and stood up. Tell your men not to attack, Iron Man must be here. Why did Iron Man suddenly come to me? I contacted Iron Man through Black Deadpool, he must have come to me to talk about cooperation. You teamed up with Iron Man. Then I am even more looking forward to the armor weapons you have developed. Rhodes had a smile on his face, because Tony is the military's designated arms supplier. Once Tony has researched the armor, the combat effectiveness of the MI Army will also be greatly increased. Drank the wine in the glass and followed Tony to meet Mubai. As soon as you enter the door, you will see Mubai stagnant in the air. Iron Man at the moment wearing battle armor is so cool. Rhodes looked at Mubai with longing in his eyes. He even fantasized about what he looked like when he was wearing armor. It's really cool, but I'm more pursuing the performance and practicality of the armor. Brother's battle armor is not only cool, but also has all the functions you want. The voice did not finish. Mubai appeared in front of the two. The two fell back in fright. His eyes widened in surprise. You were there just now, how did you manage to suddenly appear in front of our eyes? Rhodes wouldn't be so surprised if it was a supernatural power. But Iron Man, as a tech hero, also said he wasn't a mutant. The teleportation of the armor just now undoubtedly demonstrated the power of technology. Space leap technology, you Earthlings, don't make a fuss, okay? One sentence widens the distance between you and Earth technology. Rhodes and Tony are more convinced that your technology comes from aliens. Indirectness confirms the existence of other high-level civilizations outside the universe. The two are more curious about your identity. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 260, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 300. When the popularity dial reaches 300, the probability of drawing a lottery is activated, and the probability of getting 100 God-level skill fragments is increased by 5%. Violence in violence, limb growth plus 10 by 2, current limb growth, 100. Limb growth reaches 100, any part of your body can grow limbs. Space leap technology? The two looked at each other. You just said that we are Earthlings, so is it possible that you are not Earthlings? Brother is an Earthling, but the Earth also has a number, such as 1.2.3.4.5.6.7 Earth. 1. One sentence makes the two more sure that you are not from Earth. At the same time, I also roughly know the existence of multi-universe. Every multi-universe has an Earth and people exactly like Tony Rhodes. At the moment, Tony from other planets may have been captured by terrorists. Undead resistance plus 10 by 2, current undead resistance, 340. Crit, undead resistance plus 10 by 2, current undead resistance, 360. Violence in violence, super crit plus 10 by 2, current super crit, 20. What Earth number are you from? A person as strong as my brother should be on Earth 1 no matter what. But now I don't want to go back. Listening to Mu Bai's words, the two were a little dazed. I thought Iron Man would be different from Mu Bai. And now there is Mu Bai in just a few conversations. The master and apprentice spoke almost exactly the same way. But the two didn't think about Mu Bai being Iron Man. After all, I have seen two people in the same frame. Are there any other aliens on Earth? Tony asked suddenly. Obviously attracted by the multi-universe. Now it's like a student who doesn't understand anything is waiting for the teacher's answer. There must be. For example, S.H.I.E.L.D. director Nick Fury may be a Skrull. Aliens are everywhere, but you can't find them. If you have seen the Men in Black movie, you will have more feelings about the aliens around you. Learn. The identity of S.H.I.E.L.D. director Nick Fury was exposed in advance. Reference to the Man in Black. Refresh the world view of the two. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 280, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 320. Violence in violence, super crit plus 10 by 2, current super crit, 40. I seem to have heard of S.H.I.E.L.D., but their director is actually an alien. Don't talk nonsense, or you won't know how you died in the next second. Don't worry, I will never tell anyone else what you told us. By the way, I'm not here to talk about multi-universe with you guys. Wang Ni heard from my master that you want to give me shares? Yes, I plan to discuss the battle armor with you. Lieutenant Colonel, I have your call. At this moment, Rhodes' subordinates suddenly shouted. I'll answer the phone first, and the two of you will talk first. After speaking, Rhodes trotted all the way to answer the phone. Mu Bai followed Tony into the room. I want to ask, are all your armors made of alien technology? Raw materials must be hard to find, right? Building the Mark armor is an easy thing for me, and I can tell you clearly that all the Mark armor comes from your laboratory. All your armors come from my laboratory. Tony was surprised and delighted. I didn't expect to be away for a few days at all. Someone has already created armor in his laboratory. That's right, and I also modified your laboratory. Remodeled my lab? To be precise, my master Black Deadpool asked me to transform, and he also told me that your laboratory will be my territory in the future. If you don't agree, you will be sent to Jurassic Planet or something like that. One sentence leads the spearhead to the Black Deadpool. Tony didn't even dare to take a breath, and held back his rebuttals in his heart. Because I know Mu Bai's strength, I don't dare to do anything. After all, it is just a laboratory. Mu Bai wants the whole villa and Tony can only give it up. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 300, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 340. Violence in violence super crit plus 10 by 2, current super crit, 60. As long as I can cooperate with you in a laboratory, it's nothing. Tony smiled awkwardly. The cooperation is easy to talk about, but how do you plan to distribute the shares? 30-7, you only need to provide technology, and other things will be handled by our Stark company. No problem. Mu Bai's quick reply made Tony heave a sigh of relief. I thought Iron Man would disagree. Now it seems that Iron Man is not the same as Black Deadpool. At least not a guy who opens his mouth when he sees money. This is something that Tony likes very much. Then when will we make the armor? It's better now, I even brought you the blueprint. After finishing speaking, he took out the drawing out of thin air and handed it to Tony. Tony immediately took the drawing and looked it over carefully. The level of detail in Mark's armor drawings was enough to surprise Tony. It is impossible to draw such detailed drawings if you do your own research. Significantly reduces armor crafting time. I didn't expect you to give me such detailed drawings. I believe our cooperation will be very pleasant. That's definitely it. After all, you have to give me 70%. As the largest shareholder, you are obliged to let you understand the manufacturing process in detail. What? 70%? That's right, didn't you just say 3? No, you might. Tony just wanted to explain the meaning of 37 points. Mu Bai's cell phone rang suddenly. No answer. Tony immediately picked up the phone. Hey master, I'm here. Tony is next to me, we are talking about cooperation. What? You're sending Tony to Jurassic Planet so he can experience life. Master, our cooperation talks are very pleasant. Don't do that. Tony intends to give us 70% and share 30%. Sending Tony to Jurassic Planet will make us lack a very reliable partner. You said there is no shortage of partners? Other partners are eager to get 19 points? Although it is very tempting, but in terms of the relationship between Tony and Master, I can accept it even if it is 30 to 70%. A few words made Tony stop what he wanted to say just now. I feel that if I say that I only give 30% to Iron Man, I will probably be sent to Jurassic Planet. Afghanistan. Tony can't stand it, and Jurassic doesn't even want to go. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 320, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 360. Violence in violence, super crit plus 10 by 2, current super crit, 80. Hang up the phone. Mu Bai looked at Tony again. I told Master just now, he said it's okay to give you 30%, Bai Jing and you are friends. If it were someone else who dared to make 3 or 7 points, my master would have killed him long ago. Haha, working with you is the most correct choice I have ever made. Tony laughed. There are already millions of Nima running in my heart. This is no cooperation, is completely overlord terms. It's time for me to leave after sending you the blueprint, and I hope you can create the Mark armor as soon as possible. After speaking, Mu Bai stood up and wanted to leave. But at this moment Rhodes suddenly rushed in angrily. As soon as he entered the door, he stared at Mu Bai. Did you rush in suddenly to see me off? Rhodes, don't be impulsive, just 3 to 7 points is fine. Tony thought Rhodes had heard that Iron Man wanted 3 or 7 points. That's why he rushed in angrily to defend himself. The Air Defense Command called me just now, saying that I was robbed by an unknown flight. I just wanted to ask if it was you who attacked the fighter jets and the Air Defense Command. It doesn't seem to be me. Not you. But their description is exactly the same as you're at the moment wearing armor, and they sent me a photo. Rhodes took the printed photo out from behind. Now the ironclad evidence is that Rhodes wants to hear what else Mu Bai wants to say. Did they not give my brother a Photoshop? Why did the photo taken be so ugly, not at all majestic? Let Rhodes know in one sentence that it really is your fault. But it seems very indifferent to study the photos suddenly. It seems that attacking a country's fighter jets and Air Defense Command is not a big deal. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 340, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 380. Violence in violence, super crit plus 10 by 2, current super crit, 100. Super crit reaches 100, activate super crit, change mid crash to super crit, and get 100% god level skill fragments. What? It's really you, what the hell are you doing? I just came to talk to Tony with my battle armor to discuss cooperation. Who knew that you would have to chase after me and entangle me? If it wasn't for my master's sake, you just confiscated the weapons, or everyone would die. You are undoubtedly provoking the United States. Rhodes' words startled Tony. Just talked about cooperation. Instead, they hear about the Iron Man invading the United States military. This time the two sides reached a stalemate. Whatever you say, it's not up to you to control what brother wants to do. Mu Bai stretched and didn't care. If you want to raise my brother's crime level to 6 stars, then don't blame me for cheating. 6-star highest crime level, the point where you can't stand if you don't hang up. At the same time, I also warned Rhodes not to be caught in a dead fish. Rhodes knows that your background is very strong, so he naturally knows that dealing with you is equal to dealing with Black Deadpool. Iron Man's strength, the United States military is not afraid, just don't want to offend Deadpool for the time being. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 360, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 400. The popularity turntable reaches 400, activate the lottery crit, and the items obtained in the lottery have a 10% chance of crit to get double rewards. Super level crit, God Slayer plus 10 by 2, current God Slayer, 230. Sorry, the tone just now was a bit heavy. It's okay Rhodes, brother understands your feelings, but what are you going to do next? I'll just pretend it wasn't your fault, and I hope it's my face not to attack the United States Army casually next time. I'm sorry. You Rhodes doesn't have much face here. As for the next shot or not, it all depends on my mood and your United States military's approach. Unceremonious back and forth. No thin noodles for Mi Jun and Rhodes. Your nonsense makes Rhodes a headache. Time Lord plus 200. Current Time Lord, 380. Crit, popularity dial plus 10 by 2. Current popularity dial, 420. Super Crit God Slayer plus 10 by 2. Current God Slayer, 250. Hey, we are all friends, don't make the atmosphere so serious. I believe no one wants to make Black Deadpool unhappy. In addition, Rhodes, you can just attack the Air Defense Command and have nothing to do with Iron Man. Also, don't let your soldiers attack Iron Man. Iron Man is a hero, and a hero should have the right to fly in the air. Tony stood between the two of them as a peacemaker. Tony's words are well listened to, and I don't mind letting Tony take your place if you continue to be obsessed with it. After speaking, Mu Bai disappeared. Only Tony and Rhodes remained in place. Damn it. Rhodes clenched his fists tightly. In the past, the United States could only let others suffer. No country has ever deflated the United States. But now Iron Man and Black Deadpool exist. Let Mi Jun experience what it means to want to fight but not dare to fight. Rhodes put out the fire. There's no one on Earth you know who's a match for them. In addition, these two are heroes in the world, and they didn't rely on their own strength to cause trouble everywhere, as long as they don't offend them and avoid them in everything. There is no other way, but this is the only way. I will call and explain everything later. In the future, if you see 143 people wearing armor in the air, you will walk around. Listen to Tony's comfort. Rhodes let go of his clenched fist. And Mu Bai from at the moment drove the Mark armor and landed in the backyard of Tony's villa. Tony hasn't been back since he's been in Afghanistan. Mu Bai then became the owner of the villa. But just as he landed, he was spotted by the little Chili who walked to the backyard. She stepped back hastily. Treat Mu Bai as a never-before-seen invader. My God, what a monster. It's not a monster, it's your Tony. Mu Bai took off the steel mask and slowly flew in front of Xiaojiali. Tony. Little Pepper looked surprised. What are you wearing? Deadpool armor. Mu Bai threw the steel mask on the ground casually. By the way, I also changed the name of Mark Station A. Deadpool armor? When did you have this weapon? Iron Man came here just now, and we talked about cooperation. The armor on my body is a gift from him. Iron Man sent you armor. Little Pepper suddenly realized. There was an explanation in mind for the strange armor Tony was wearing. Where is he? Now, why didn't I see him? Pepper flicked his head from side to side to see Iron Man for himself. He has already left, but he will come back to me in a few days to talk about the later cooperation. If he comes, let me know, I'm his fan. Little Pepper immediately added. No problem, I will tell you in advance next time I come. Mu Bai leaned close to Xiaojiali while talking. The closer you get, the more you can feel the charm of professional women exuding from Pepper. Why are you so close to me all of a sudden? Little Pepper immediately glanced down. Don't dare to look at Mu Bai. I find that you are getting more and more attractive, hotter than Devil Pepper. Don't say that. I'm just your employee and you're my boss. So do you want to experience the feeling of flying in the air with your boss? Su Chu raised Little Pepper's chin and asked. And Little Pepper's face instantly turned as red as pepper. Working with Tony for so long, it was the first time I felt Tony's method of teasing girls. Forget it. You'd better bring other women to experience. Other women can't enjoy the treatment of Deadpool armor, only you, Pepper, have the privilege. After speaking, he hugged Xiaojiali's waist tightly. Little Pepper was taken aback and almost yelled out. In the next second, he was carried and flew into the sky. Really experienced an open-top speed flight. When he landed, Little Pepper directly changed into a feather nest hairstyle. How about the boss's new armor? Too fast, even a woman can't bear the flight speed. There is a faster speed than this, let you experience it later. After speaking, he flew straight into the laboratory with his arms around Chili's waist. When seeing the earth-shaking laboratory, Pepper covered his mouth to avoid a scream of surprise. Tony, when did you remodel the lab? Tony, don't have that much skill. Iron Man helped me transform the laboratory, and the battle equipment on the wall is also his product. The armor on the wall? Pepper looked around. Soon I found the Zodiac armor in the mecha storage box. Every piece of armor is attracting Pepper's attention. She had never seen such a cool mecha weapon. Even higher level than the mecha seen in the movie. Why would Iron Man keep his mechs in your lab? Because we are a cooperative relationship, so I gave him the laboratory. Tony, you actually gave away part of your home. That's right. Let Iron Man stay in my villa, so that you don't have to worry about the security level of the villa is not high enough. It will save us thousands of square meters of security fees every year. Tony, I didn't expect you to have the mind to save money. I always thought you only spent money. In addition, letting Iron Man live in the villa is also a way to kill two birds with one stone. I will do publicity in a while and send out the news of the cooperation between Iron Man and Stark Industries. In this way, the international reputation of Stark Industries weapons will be raised several levels again. Go ahead, and also send out the news that Stark Weapons Industrial Park is about to launch battle armor weapons. Why? Are we still selling armor? Little Pepper couldn't believe his ears. I thought that missiles and military weapons were already the ceiling of Stark Weapons Industrial Park. Now, if the manufacture of battle armor is absolutely unprecedented, there will be no one in the past. Tony, you're better than your father. It's all thanks to the help of Iron Man, who has improved our Stark Industrial Park. Next time Iron Man comes, I'll make sure to treat him well. By the way, can he eat? Definitely, Iron Man is also human, and he loves peaches the most. Peach? That plump peach. This hobby is a bit strange, but I will find a way to prepare peaches for him. By the way, I forgot to tell you, I hired a new lawyer. New lawyer? That's right, her name is Natasha Romanoff, and she will handle legal matters for you in the future. She accepted Stan's case, and Stan was sentenced to life imprisonment. It's interesting. Hurry up and let the beautiful lawyer come to me. I can't wait to discuss with her. I don't think I said she was a woman. Pepper frowned. Natasha Romanoff sounds like a woman's name, and men are generally called Jack Tom. Then how do you know it's a beautiful woman? Your aesthetic is almost the same as my Tony, so the person you find must be a beautiful lawyer. Tony didn't realize you'd become glib. Hurry up and get busy. I will wait for my personal lawyer at the gym. Mu Bai pushed Xiaojiali's back. Tony reminds you not to think about it. She is a lawyer enough to ruin your reputation, and that woman's skills are not simple. Understood. Don't worry about me. Send away the little peppers. Mu Bai came to the private gym. Tony's private gym has an area of more than 200 to 0 square meters. All kinds of fitness equipment are available. There is even an arena similar to an MMA competition. And a boxing ring for boxing matches. After a while, Natasha Romanoff strode in sexy in a wrap dress. She is holding a stack of papers and wearing gold-rimmed glasses. The image of at the moment is completely a sexy lawyer stunner. If Little Pepper hadn't told me that the recruiter was a lawyer, I would have thought you were the front desk of the model she hired. Natasha Romanoff was not interested in Mu Bai's compliments. He walked to the rest table with the documents in his arms. These documents are written about Stan's past crimes. There are also some legal documents that require your authorization. Hey, I didn't want to accompany you to play the golden lawyer. The reason why I called you here is to see what the legendary Black Widow looks like. One sentence shocked Black Widow for a long time. As a top agent, the identity of Black Widow has always been top secret. And you made Black Widow feel that you are not as simple as you imagined. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 400, crit. Popularity dial plus 10x2, current popularity dial, 440. Super crit, God Slayer plus 10 by 2, current God Slayer, 270. Who are you talking to? There was nothing wrong with Natasha Romanoff's face. His tone was even more calm, coupled with the ice and snow beauty with a cold face. Yo, you even pretended to be with me. You should know what kind of person I am, Tony. Naturally, the most famous playboy in the United States has slept with countless beauties. That's just a superficial phenomenon. In fact, I have another identity, and it will definitely shock me if I say it. Oh really? You can talk about it and listen. Then listen carefully. I know Black Deadpool and I'm his sidekick. That's it, it scares the hell out of me. Natasha Romanoff rolled her eyes. Throw the papers on the table and get ready to leave. Natasha Romanoff, I know all about you. Seeing that Natasha Romanoff was about to leave, Mu Bai suddenly yelled. The sound was enough to stop Natasha Romanoff in her tracks. Turn around and look at Mu Bai. She intentionally waited for Mu Bai to say the next sentence. Your full name is Natasha Romanoff, and your code name is Black Widow. As soon as this remark came out, Natasha Romanoff was slightly surprised. After all, she hadn't heard anyone's full name called out in years. I am more concerned about what Mu Bai will say next. You are the superhero of American Marvel Comics, jointly created by editor Stan Lee, screenwriter Don Rick and cartoonist Don Heck. Hearing this, Natasha Romanoff couldn't help frowning. Naturally, it is not clear what Mu Bai is talking about. Born in Stalingrad, the former Soviet Union in 1928, he was trained as an agent since he was a child. After his body was transformed, his aging speed was greatly delayed, and his immune system and ability to resist blows were enhanced. Your age is only 10 years younger than Team MI. It's not too much for me to call you old lady. Your words shocked Natasha Romanoff for half a year. No one has ever revealed her true identity in detail. Not even Nick Fury can do this, and a playboy who has never masked his face can. Say it. Your words made Natasha Romanoff feel murderous. She has investigated Tony Stark, and through the conversation, she knows that you will definitely not be Tony Stark himself. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 420, popularity wheel plus 10 by 2, current popularity wheel, 460. Super crit, God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 300. Suddenly, Natasha Romanoff's eyes became sharp. He drew out the dagger in his sleeve and went straight towards Mu Bai. Mu Bai greeted with a grin and an open embrace. The next second, the dagger in Natasha Romanoff's hand turned into a bouquet of roses. The body was directly hugged by Mu Bai. Because brother revealed your identity, are you so moved that you want to hug Gao? Let go. Natasha Romanoff tried her best and couldn't move. Don't struggle anymore, brother won't do anything to older women. One sentence hurts Natasha Romanoff's self-esteem. She is indeed old enough to be someone else's grandmother. But the appearance is still more than 20 years old. At the same time, I am also used to the appearance that can stand the baptism of years. You suddenly call her an old man, it will inevitably remind Natasha Romanoff of her real age. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 440, crit. Popularity dial plus 10x2, current popularity dial, 480. Super crit, God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 320. After speaking, Mu Bai put Natasha Romanoff on the table. At this time, Little Pepper just opened the door and walked in. As soon as I entered the door, I saw the scene where Mu Bai put Natasha Romanoff on the table. Sure enough, it was exactly the same as the Little Pepper thought. He turned decisively and opened the door and ran out. Hey Chili, you misunderstood me, I don't care about a 100-year-old man. Take advantage of Mu Bai's attention to focus on Xiaojiali. Natasha Romanoff struck Mu Bai's throat again. But was easily caught. At the moments Natasha Romanoff is like an irritated cat. As long as any part can move, all must attack Mu Bai. See Natasha Romanoff dishonesty. Mu Bai directly controlled Natasha Romanoff's hands and feet with gravity. Natasha Romanoff was shocked. This is completely different from Tony in intelligence. Stop. Are you honest now? Who are you? I'm Tony. You can't be Tony, you're that Black Death. As expected of the seasoned Black Widow to guess my identity. Mu Bai stared at Natasha Romanoff and smiled. If it were Xiaojiao and others, no one would guess that the current history of Tony is not a real person. I only chatted with Black Widow for a few words. Then he knew that the current Tony was the Black Deadpool. This made Mu Bai feel a little more fond of Natasha Romanoff. Grab Natasha Romanoff's face with one hand and pinch back and forth. Why are you pretending to be Tony? Brother can play whoever he wants. After speaking, she became Natasha Romanoff's sister. Seeing her sister, Natasha Romanoff's expression suddenly became agitated. What the hell do you know? I know everything about you, including your measurements. Let me go. That's impossible. After finally catching a rare Black Widow, you can't just let it go. Then what do you want to do at 763? I want you to be my lawyer and bodyguard. What? Your bodyguard? Even Magneto is not your opponent, you still need a bodyguard. You don't seem to pay attention to the word close to the body. After speaking, Mu Bai held Natasha Romanoff on his shoulders. In the next second, the two disappeared. 3 hours later. Mu Bai stood alone in the backyard basking in the sun. At this time, Xiaojiali came to find him specially. Where's the lawyer? At the moment I can't get out of bed. What? Tony, you don't even let go of a lawyer who just took office. Little Pepper aggressively walked up to Mu Bai and confronted him. My feelings are not helping Tony find a lawyer. More like offering prey. She is not a lawyer, but a high-level agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agent? That's right. The black man wearing blindfolds who came the day before yesterday was actually S.H.I.E.L.D. director, and Natasha Romanoff was the agent it arranged beside me. How do you know? She did it all when she was in the gym just now. It's just that Natasha Romanoff, who has been professionally trained, can't last an hour. What are you talking about? Where did you put that lawyer? She was in my room, and I didn't help her recover, so it may take some time to recover. Tony, I feel like you're suddenly not the Tony you used to be. Chili, you're so slow, Natasha Romanoff knew I wasn't really Tony the first time we met. One sentence made little Chili realize suddenly. No wonder I always think you are weird, just didn't think about the fake Tony. Now your words are equivalent to admitting that you are not Tony. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 460, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 500. The popularity turntable reaches 500, activate rare props, and the probability of obtaining rare props is doubled. Super crit, God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 340. You're not Tony, so who the hell are you? Little Pepper quickly took a few steps back. The desire to be curious has trumped flight. She wanted to figure out who Tony was in front of her. Stupid, I haven't guessed my identity yet. Forget it, my brother won't play tricks on you anymore. When Mu Bai turned around again, he returned to his own appearance. Fact, you are Mu Bai. Pepper sees that fake Tony is Mu Bai. A foul language burst out of his mouth in an instant. No wonder I always listened to Tony calling Mu Bai's mantra. Now I finally know why. Not because of assimilation. It's because Tony is Mu Bai in disguise. Where did you take Tony? Little Pepper didn't retreat but grabbed Mu Bai's clothes and asked. She was more worried about Tony's safety than she was afraid. So much so that he dared to fight against Mu Bai. Don't worry, he's enjoying his afternoon tea in Afghanistan while I take care of his annoying company. Get Tony back. Pepper yelled almost in a growl. Pepper can always lift Tony up in times of crisis. Tony won't want to come back for a while, and don't force others, because I will make you forget that I am Tony. It was just a test to see if you can guess if I'm fake Tony. But you clearly let me down. What? Test? Mu Bai swiped his hand in front of Little Pepper. Little Pepper's originally ferocious eyes instantly returned to normal. How am I here? You passed out just now, so I put you in the backyard for photosynthesis, which will wake you up quickly. You didn't do anything to me, did you? Little Pepper hurriedly tidied up her clothes. Don't worry, Tony never takes advantage, and I have prepared a surprise for you. What surprise? Turn around and look behind you. When the Little Pepper turned around, I saw a set of blue mark armor and a set of black armor with cat ears standing on the ground. This. Are you going to give it all to me? You think too much. The blue armor is the rescue armor I gave you, and the black cat ear armor is for Natasha Romanoff. Natasha Romanoff, just a few days ago you gave armor. Tony is too arrogant, isn't he? Little Pepper was jealous. Natasha Romanoff is not as simple as you think, but he will be my bodyguard from now on. Let a beautiful woman be your bodyguard. Tony, are you uneasy? You think too much. Natasha Romanoff is an agent. Her ability is far above you and me. Even Happy can only be beaten. Is she an agent? I don't want to answer the same question twice. Go and try your rescue armor. It's the armor Iron Man built for you. Pepper walked up to the rescue armor. There was a look of excitement on his face. Especially hearing about the armor that Iron Man built for himself. Love the rescue armor as much as boys get an Audi 7 rupees. How'd I use it? Just when the Little Pepper was still worrying about the way to use it. The rescue armor suddenly and automatically separates and covers 0.7 of Pepper's whole body. It takes a few seconds. A complete set of rescue armor is assembled. And Little Pepper was still in a dazed state. The rescue armor tends to be intelligent, so you don't need to find Harley to lead you when you go out to discuss cooperation in the future, and you can go directly to the rescue armor, which can save face for our company. Are you planning to have all of Stark's employees have mark armor? It doesn't have to be so troublesome. I have hundreds of duplications, and one person can completely support tens of thousands of employees. For the employees who can stay, as the boss, they will naturally give each of them a mark armor. Duplication? Before Xiaojiali asked, he understood. The rescue armor flew directly into the air with Pepper. And Mu Bayev at the moment is going to go back to face Natasha Romanoff, who has just recovered. The feasting and feasting. There is a lot of traffic. The streets of New York under the night sky are busier than during the day. There is an endless stream of people coming and going on the street. During the day they are puppets working to survive. At night, they completely let themselves go and showed their fullest state. In stark contrast to the daytime self. Dress differently and dress up in style. Everyone is exuding a unique temperament. At the moment, all kinds of luxury cars and famous cars are driving in people's eyeliner. Colorful door plates flicker in front of the major shops. The scattered colors are only to attract the attention of passers-by. It's more than 9 o'clock in the evening at this moment. New York nightlife is just getting started. There was a long queue outside one of the fortune-telling shops at the end of the street called Zool. Jingle. The door of the divination shop was pushed open. A pair of men with peach blossoms came out from the inside. The two talked and laughed and seemed very satisfied. In the divination shop sat a man with loose hair and yellow teeth. If you had to use a character to describe him, the word witch fits the man's appearance very well. Pooh. A pair of dead gays are actually fantasizing about when they will get married. But you have to say nice things to them in order to make money. It's disgusting to think about it now. I hope the next one can make me feel better. In a minute. Zul's voice sounded in the divination shop. Next person. Jingle. The door of the divination shop was pushed open. A 20-year-old girl in a tube-top dress walked in. The emergence of a group of girls with tube tops. A smile bloomed on Zur's face instantly. His mouth full of yellow teeth made him look particularly wretched. The divination shop is not big, with a total of 5 steps. The lights were dim, only provided by a hanging kerosene lamp. Such light can undoubtedly cover Zur's ugly face. The furniture is only a table and 2 chairs. In order to look more like a divination house, Zul spread a blue starred tablecloth on the table. The chair was covered with a noticeably smaller blue cover. All 4 chair legs are exposed. Hi fortune teller, my name is Lolita. I heard from my friend that you were very good at divination. She came here a few days ago, but she didn't expect to find his prince charming today. Then you must also be here to divination love? Zur laughed. That's right. I also want to figure out when my love will come and what kind of person he will be. The girl in the tube-top skirt is sitting on a chair full of expectations for future love. The most suitable candidate has already appeared in his head. Okay, just hold out your hand. Zul swallowed. A pair of rough big hands immediately grabbed the girl's white and tender hands. 2 hands greedily groped over it. The girl was taken aback and wanted to shrink her hands, but was held tightly by Zul. Don't move. If you move during divination, it will bring you misfortune. Zul's words startled the unsuspecting girl. The girl had no choice but to give up struggling. Let a rough hand fumble back and forth on his own. How is it? Did you see anything? The girl in the tube-top skirt asked in a low voice. Your love has some twists and turns, and then stretch out the other hand. Ah? The girl shows slight hesitation. Hurry up, are you going to attract a curse? Zul's impatient temper frightened the girl to put her other hand on the divination table. Is that right? Touching the girl's 2 hands, Zur felt satisfied for a while. When he finally met a girl, he would never let it go easily. No. What's wrong, fortune teller? Your star map is weird, I need to touch other places. What the hell? My friend said you just need to touch your hands. Hurry up. If you dare not listen to the fortune teller during the divination, I will not be responsible for causing the curse. Zul yelled again. The girl was taken aback. By the time he reacted, Zur was already behind him. His hands quickly grabbed the girl's waist, etc. What are you waiting for? I feel that you have a bad omen. What? Don't frighten me. Don't worry, I will solve the ominous omen for you. Ah! Suddenly Zul yelled. It feels like 2 hands are grasping the prickly pear. The palms are full of cactus spines. The master is really accurate in his calculations, and if he calculates it so quickly, there will be a bad omen. Who? The lights were dim. A strange man's voice sounded in the room. Brother is the one who helps you solve the ominous omen. After speaking, he kicked Zul away. I saw a fight in the divination room. The girl ran out crying. Only Zul stayed in the room and was beaten up by Mubai. Stop hitting. Stop hitting. If you tell me not to fight, I won't fight. Should I still listen to you? Let's fight. Let's fight. I like to hear this, then I will satisfy your wish. Do not follow the routine. No matter what you say, you will be beaten anyway. Time Lord plus 200. Current Time Lord, 480, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 520. Super crit, God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 360. Forgive me. Where have I offended you? Zur's yellow teeth were knocked out by Mubai. Mouth is full of blood now. Brother, why did you beat you? Could it be that you didn't count? Don't call anymore, I will give you whatever you want. I came to you today because I want you to help me with divination. Divination in the past. Actually, I am not a real fortune teller. Aren't you a fortune teller? That's right. The owner of this store was already dead when I came to 990, and since he was wearing a mask all the time, no one knew what he looked like, so I disposed of his body to replace him. Fact. So you're not Zul? That's right. F*K. Brother is actually late. No, I'm going to beat you to death to vent. Don't beat me, I can give you something. This is a relic left by Zul, maybe there is something you want. Hurry up and get it before brother gets angry. Okay, let me go first. Bai got up and pulled Zuer up. Zuer stood up slowly while supporting his waist. Seemingly hurt, please. But in the next second, he ran towards the door. He ran and shouted for help. It's just that the person who just spoke was smashed into a meatloaf by gravity. Don't think brother doesn't know what you're going to do. Kill false Zul. Bai scanned the entire divination room. Finally, his eyes rested on a piece of floorboard. Take out the box under the floor in the air. When it was opened, there was a blank sheet of paper inside. It read, "When you read this letter, I am already dead. I must kill myself before you find me, because once you know the truth, the world will usher in huge amounts of disaster." Fact. Is it a suspense movie now? In order not to see me, you deliberately chose to commit suicide? Brother isn't ugly enough to commit suicide just by looking at it? Now the fortune teller Zul committed suicide. Bai clutched the suicide note and lost his sense of direction for a moment. I said, can you hurry up? We have been waiting outside for more than 10 minutes. At this moment, a boy with flowery arms opened the door and walked in with an impatient tone. He heard someone talking in the divination room. But after entering, there was only a pool of blood left on the ground. No one was seen in the divination room. This made the flower-armed man stunned. He took a few small steps forward. He didn't take the blood on the ground seriously at all. Hey, how do you jump in line? A couple from behind also walked in. They were in front of the flower-armed man. But the flower-armed man saw that the girl in the tube-top skirt had already come out. The fortune teller didn't call anyone in for a long time. So impatiently, the two people who skipped the line in front rushed in first. Now it's not a matter of jumping in or not, the fortune teller is gone. Not here. We haven't seen him go out. It is very likely that he was killed by his colleagues, and the blood on the ground is very likely the fortune teller Zuer. What? The flower-armed man's words scared the couple away from the blood on the ground. The three stood there in a daze. A big living person disappeared without anyone noticing. And Bai from at the moment teleported back to Mutant Academy. At the moment's Mutant Academy lights out, the courtyard is shrouded in moonlight. Seemed very at ease. At the moment most of the students lie in bed and fall asleep. A very small number of students lie under the covers and look at Iron Man's recently updated Duyin. And Colossus, who suffers from persecutory delusions, is also ready for bedtime. Since the accident with Scott and Logan, Colossus checks the underbed wardrobe every time before going to sleep. Even wearing special masks. Just in case someone secretly kisses me while I'm sleeping. After 2 kisses between men, Colossus was really scared. If it continues, maybe it will develop in the direction of gays. On the other side, after Mike was sent to Mutant Academy by Bai. Get along very well with the students and teachers of Mutant College. Although I often look at them with sympathy, but it doesn't affect the relationship between them. And Devin is drawing a self-portrait of Bai in the room. Because there are no hero posters, so I used sketches instead of idol posters to stick on the bedside. Every pen is written with a very serious attitude. As for Scott at the moment, he is exercising and sweating while playing music in the room. He feels very relaxed when Bai is not around. Beast is also working overtime in the lab to develop new flavors of cookies. I want to win a round in cooking. Chin, on the other hand, ate popcorn in the room and watched Jen Huan's biography. I want to learn from this TV series. Storm is having sex with an unknown man. For the time being, Bai asked the invisible photographer to stay in Storm's room to record the video. Wolverine Logan is on a video call with his Japanese girlfriend Mariko. The two talked and laughed. They are all looking forward to when the next meeting will be. The two haven't seen each other since Bai brought Logan back. In video call, Wolverine Logan even brought up the topic of children. The eyes are full of longing for the child. But when it comes to the child Mariko, it immediately recalls what Bai once said. The second-generation Wolverine is rebellious and cheating. And always wanted to kill Wolverine. I also want a child, but I am a little worried that our child will really be at odds with you, as Bai said. Mariko's concern made Logan smile slightly. Although he is strong, he doesn't know what our unborn child will look like. I believe that I have the ability to keep our children from feuding. Really, our children won't do what Bai said. But I heard Bai's tone didn't look like a joke, as if it was a real possibility. Mariko looked at me. I will never let our child become a villain. I am confident to take care of him, and I am ready to be a father. Logan brings the camera closer to his face. The serious expression let Mariko see that Logan really wants to be a good father. Your child does not have to be a villain, as long as you don't abandon him and stay with him all the time. I don't think the second-generation Wolverine will have the heart to kill his father. Your words gave the two of them new hope. At the same time, I also gave a suggestion to the two of you. Although Logan hates your chatter, but what you said just now sounds very comfortable to him. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 500, crit. Popularity dial plus 10x2, current popularity dial, 540. Super crit, God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 380. How did you come? I saw Mew Bai appearing in the room without anyone noticing. Logan immediately put his phone away and jumped out of bed. Don't get excited, little wolf, brother, I came back to visit because I miss you. Could it be that you don't welcome your leader home? Oh yes, I understand your feelings, but I don't want the leader to appear by my side all the time. Speaking out how the boss feels when the boss is away from the employees. The X-Men also don't want you to stay with them all the time, for fear that if you say the wrong thing, you will become a duck again. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 520, crit. Popularity dial plus 10x2, current popularity dial, 560. Super crit, God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 400. Why did you come back suddenly? Why do you talk to the leader like this? Is it possible that you regard yourself as a post-OO employee? Logan, don't get excited, he's the leader of your X-Men. Mariko's comforting voice came from the phone. You should be glad you found a good wife. Okay, I won't talk to you anymore, I will come to you later. After speaking, Mew Bai came to Mike's room. At the moment Mike is watching the movie doing indecent movements. As soon as Mew Bai appeared, he immediately sweared and covered his eyes. Fack. What are you doing? Boss. Boss, why are you here suddenly? Why don't you go through the main entrance when you come, and don't say hello? When did you see me walk through the front door? Put your pants on quickly. Yes. Mike immediately pulled his pants up to his waist. Mew Bai was no longer in the room when he looked up. In the blink of an eye, Mew Bai came behind Devon. Devon at the moment yawned and copied the poster through Mew Bai's photo. The drawing is good, I didn't expect you to have the ability to draw. That's definitely true. I won the first place in the drawing of city-level elementary school students in elementary school. You should ask Mutant Academy to find you a painting teacher to diversify the courses. That's right, if there is a painting class, I promise I won't sleep in the class in the future. Devon carefully copied each stroke. He didn't even care who was talking next to him. It wasn't until I finished drawing the arm that I suddenly realized that someone was talking to me just now. Mew Bai was no longer in the room when he looked up. Instead, there was an extra ice sculpture in the room. It was Mew Bai who peeked at Devon's action ice sculpture. Boss. The lifelike ice sculptures in front of him made Devon cry uncontrollably. After watching the younger brother and Logan, others, Mew Bai didn't plan to visit late at night. Straight to the main goal of the night, Professor X's room. At the moment Professor X has fallen asleep. Mew Bai unceremoniously helped Professor X up. Feel someone hug yourself. Professor X woke up instantly. You. Don't be afraid, brother just came back to visit you. Why did you suddenly think of us? Not because of Zool. Mew Bai threw Professor X on the seat. He sat in another seat and turned on the light. Zool. Professor X said in surprise. Did something happen to him? Before Mew Bai could speak, Professor X had guessed a thing or two. It's because he died, and he left me a suicide note after his death. If I didn't leave a suicide note, I wouldn't go into it any further. Instead, because of this letter, my brother became more and more interested in the unsolved mysteries about me. Gone. Plan. After speaking in one sentence, in addition, I also complained that Zooer insisted on making things more and more mysterious. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 540, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 580. Super crit, God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 420. Professor X took Zur's suicide note and looked it over. Then he frowned in bewilderment. He naturally didn't understand the meaning of Zur's suicide note. Zool didn't stay in the X-Men because he saw the future of the X-Men. His departure can ease the conflict between us and Magneto. Otherwise, the ability Magneto predicted by Zool would not let the X-Men go easily. This time, he committed suicide before you found him, which means that he saw the worst result, and the only solution is not to meet you. Then there's no need to commit suicide, right? Brother won't be guilty of killing him, will he? You don't understand Zool, and I don't understand Zool, only he understands everything. And this suicide note is also clearly implying that you should not continue to pursue it. The more you don't let me do things, the easier it is to arouse my interest. Next, I need to find Ancient One. I believe his ability should be higher than that of Zool. When the car reaches the mountain, there must be a road end. After Zool, Ancient One Magician is another breakthrough. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 560, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 600. When the popularity turntable reaches 600, the high-level lottery is activated, and the lottery is upgraded from 100,000 popularity to 1 million popularity, but at the same time, the probability of obtaining high-level weapons and the number of acquisitions are increased. Super crit God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 460. You're looking for the Ancient One Magician. I've only seen him once, and the Ancient One Magician's ability is indeed higher than that of Zool. If you can find him, you should be able to solve the mystery of your life experience. As the Sorcerer Supreme, Ancient One will at least not commit suicide just because brother wants to find him. After talking about positioning, start searching for the location of Ancient One. Location failed to find the coordinates of Ancient One. Failed. The result was unexpected. Mu Bai did not expect to fail in positioning the Ancient One Magician. What's wrong? Professor X saw Mu Bai's surprise and asked immediately. Can you help me find the Ancient One Magician? I can help humans or mutants, but I can't find an unpredictable necromancer. It seems that I can't point to you. I will locate it every day until I find Ancient One. Mu Bai stood up suddenly and disappeared from Professor X's eyes. Then he came to Mike's room again. It's just that this time it's more eye-catching than last time. F*K, you haven't finished yet. Boss, I thought you were gone. This is just the beginning. Why are you back again? I'll come back to see if you're happy or not. How dare you not be happy? It's too late to be happy. Mike walked towards Mu Bai excitedly, but it was blocked by the invisible airwall at a distance of 3 meters. Don't come near me now. I wanted to give you a set of Mark armor, but you disappointed me. I hope you can find a girlfriend when you come back next time. At that time, I can give you the exclusive private view of Storm Girl. Storm's private video. Boss, when did it happen? Just now, and it's the latest version. I did hear the voice of the Storm Woman, and I am only because of the Storm Woman. There's no need to continue. I hope my brother's Mark armor can bring you back to glory. With a wave of his hand, a set of khaki Mark armor appeared in front of Mike. I wanted to give you a better one, but now khaki is the most suitable for you. After speaking, the person disappeared in front of Mike. In a blink of an eye, he came to Logan's room. Brother said he would come back. He will definitely come back. When Logan saw Mu Bai's original violent temper changed a lot. He just glanced lightly and said nothing. Hi Mu Bai. On the contrary, Mariko greeted her warmly. See, learn more from your girlfriend. You need to learn to be enthusiastic next time you see her. I'm only passionate about people who are pleasing to the eye. Okay Logan. I see you want to become a duck again. I don't know how Mariko will feel when she sees your duck video. A word of duck makes Logan nervous. Of course he won't forget the scene when he was turned into a duck. Even ordinary people's shoelaces can't be tied. If you keep turning into a duck, I'm afraid it will be difficult for Wolverine's second generation's wish to come true. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 580, crit. Popularity dial plus 10x2, current popularity dial, 620. Super crit. God Slayer plus 15x2, current God Slayer, 480. What duck? It's just a funny video. Logan forced a smile. Don't talk about it now, we'll talk about it later. Logan hastily hung up the phone to save Mu Bai from continuing. Wolverine, wants to save face. Would you like something to drink? Logan changed his temper and asked proactively. It's not Logan's style to buy me a drink. You're the leader of the X-Men after all, so it's fine to have a drink with you. There's nothing wrong with that, but I've sent your duck video to Mariko. Why are you doing this? Logan quickly turned on his phone and dialed the video call again. Mariko, did you watch the video Mu Bai sent you? Look. But. Seeing Mariko's face turned red, Logan hurriedly said, beforehand, that's not the real me. I can see it, it seems to be Storm Girl. Mariko's face turned redder. Storm? Mu Bai tilted his head, quickly turned on the phone to check. I'm sorry, I accidentally sent the video of Storm Girl's Collector's Edition just now. What's the Storm Collection video? Logan looked bewildered. Turned to ask Mariko. You still don't want to read it? Storm Girl is my comrade in arms, I must know about her. Logan exclaimed seriously. Mariko is not the kind of woman who cares about everything. I saw that Logan insisted on reading and sent it to Logan immediately. When Logan turned on the video, he froze. Fuck. What is this thing? He immediately turned off the video and looked at Mu Bai. It's just a video just shot, don't be so excited, You and Mariko's I also have favorites. Your words made Logan furious. No matter what happens next, he will kill you. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 600, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 640. Super crit, God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 500. Die to me. Logan growled. Wolf claws burst from the fist. The body rushed towards Bai quickly. Bai dodges all of Logan's attacks with an easy swing. Rows of misses kept rising. Hateful. Logan accelerated hysterically. Even if he was exhausted, he didn't hit Bai at all. You said if I sent the video to your fans, how would they compliment your figure? I can guarantee that your popularity will definitely explode again because of the video. Fatal Blow. Logan has millions of fans. Once everyone sees it, this video will soon become known to passersby. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 620, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 660. Super crit, God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 520. You can't do that. Logan stopped attacking and stood there panting. No one can stop me from what I want to do, unless. Unless what? Unless you can kiss Colossus secretly. I will definitely post your video tonight. It may even be posted on my own Douyin number. You. Logan gritted his teeth in hatred. But helpless strength is not enough. I can only accept Bai's cheapness. Just kiss. Compromised Logan. No problem. Bai readily agreed. And Logan not to be sent out for the video, but also for Mariko. At the moment can only go to kiss Colossus, although the two had a kiss scene before. But that was all developed without the knowledge of the two of them. Now Logan intends to kiss Colossus, regardless of whether Colossus can find it. Anyway, Logan has arrived at the door of Colossus' room. Bai sent Logan inside with a wall pass, standing behind Logan the whole time. The hidden camera is always recording the next moment when the love is full. Logan swallowed and trudged over to Colossus' bed. At this moment, I just hope Colossus never wakes up. He reached out and slowly took off Colossus' mask. Close eyes and quickly kissed Colossus on the lips. But in the next second, the fairy rope was quickly wrapped around the heads of Logan and Colossus. The mouths of the two cannot be separated and stick tightly together. Colossus suddenly felt suffocated and opened his eyes immediately. And the scene he saw when he opened his eyes was enough to cast a shadow on him for a lifetime. Logan you. Logan and Colossus were completely lip to mouth. They can feel each other's breath. Let me go. Logan didn't dare to open his mouth and roared in ventriloquist, violently swinging the wolf claws to attack the bundle Xian rope wrapped around the head. Dang dang dang. Again and again, but it was all on the head of Colossus. Colossus tried to push Logan away, but the mouths of the two seemed to be completely integrated. No matter what you do, you can't separate them. Don't move around. The more you move, the tighter the fairy rope will be. Bai reminded suddenly. The originally irritable two suddenly fell silent. Now stand where you are, put out your hands with scissors, and say that the rope tied to your head by the eggplant will naturally fall off. One sentence shames the two of them, not only kissing together, but also calling eggplant in pos. No matter who sees it, they will think that the two have an affair. It was rumored that the two of them died directly in society. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 640, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 680. Super crit, God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 540. What the hell are you trying to do? Logan, watch your tongue. I've already told you the method. If you want to keep kissing, you have to struggle. Anyway, brother has a video. The two looked helplessly at each other's eyes. You can only follow what Bai did just now. Without moving his body, he put out his scissors hands and shouted eggplant. Click. The flash lights up. The movements of the two were frozen in the camera. The fairy rope quickly fell off the heads of the two and flew into Bai's hands. Very good, there is another classic photo that can be collected. Hateful. Logan growled and the veins in his arm popped. Run quickly towards Bai. Little wolf, stop being incompetent. Bai kicked Logan into the wall with one kick. Then an invisible force of gravity pinned Logan to the ground, unable to move. What about you, Colossus? Do you want to imitate him and attack me? No, I'm going to fix Logan now. Very well, I like your baby record the most. I'll leave Logan to you. I'm going back now to see how Natasha Romanoff's strength is recovering. Go ahead, leave Logan to me. Colossus nodded and bowed in a very polite tone. He knows how much he weighs. Even if he was angry again, he did not dare to attack Mu Bai. After Mu Bai left, Colossus glared at Logan. Logan, I've been wearing a mask at night, and you still haven't let me go? You. Listen to my explanation. Don't explain anymore, since you can't hide, then don't hide at all. Colossus tore the vest off his body, showcasing muscular, metallic pecs and 6-bar chocolate-shaped abs. What are you up to? Everything just now was caused by Mu Bai, you should find him angry. It wasn't him who kissed me, it was you, Logan. Colossus walked around behind Logan as he spoke. Logan felt the chrysanthemum tighten and immediately cursed, if you dare to do anything to me, I will definitely tear you apart. Logan, this is all you asked for. Instead of being vigilant every night, it's better to break the bend together. After speaking, he tore off Logan's pants. Logan just felt a chill in his ass. I tried my best to get up, but the weight of Mu Bai's weight on his body. None of the 5 Logans could lift. Can only let Colossus go around behind. Logan, take orders, tonight is just for us, you can sing as much as you want. Fact. If you dare to take the next step, I will definitely kill you. Let's wait until tomorrow morning. Colossus lay down slowly. Logan could only growl. Soon Chin and others heard Logan's roar. Just in the nick of time, Colossus suddenly stopped lying on top of Logan. He stood up and pulled up his pants, boom. The door to Colossus' room is kicked open. Everyone saw Logan lying on the ground without pants. Colossus stood stiffly aside. What's wrong with you, Logan? Jean cast psychokinesis to lift Logan up, but found psychokinesis unshakable. Leave me alone and get that damn Colossus away. Okay. Chin was taken aback for a moment and then moved Colossus to the door. At this time, Professor X also rushed over. Mind control of Colossus removed. Colossus, what were you doing just now? Logan forced me to do this, and there's nothing I can do about it. Colossus crossed his arms and looked innocent. Logan, what did you do to Colossus? Seeing that she couldn't help Logan up, Chin could only squat aside and ask. Several people did not know what happened. It's Mu Bai, all of this is his fault. Mu Bai? Hearing Mu Bai's name, several people trembled. Where is he now? Already gone, Colossus said. Knowing that Mu Bai has left, the big stone in the hearts of several people in the room finally fell. What did he come back all of a sudden? He wants to find Zul, but Zul is dead, so he wants me to help him find the Ancient One magician. Professor X said slowly, looking for Ancient One? It's better that you guys don't know about the black Deadpool thing, it's all gone now. Professor, I can't move my body. Then you can sleep in Colossus' room for now. Okay, but someone has to stay with me tonight, don't let the damned Colossus come back. Logan glared at Colossus. Colossus was also annoyed that he almost succeeded just now. One wants to blow an ass. One doesn't want to get F***ed. Both have their own obsessions. Colossus, you go to Scott's room tonight. Although Professor X is no longer the leader. But Colossus still listens to him. I'm going to get Logan sooner or later. 0. After leaving a harsh word, Colossus left. Jean chose to stay and take care of Logan. At the moment Scott was unaware. I'm doing squats in my room with headphones on. At this moment Colossus opened the door and walked in. A smile appeared on the corner of Scott's mouth when he saw Scott's up and down movements. How did you come? Scott stopped squatting and took off his singing headphones and asked. My room was taken by Logan, so the professor asked me to stay in your room overnight. Colossus said as he picked up the towel on the hanger by the door and walked towards Scott. He reached out and wiped the sweat from Scott's brow. The movements are very careful and intimate. No need for that. Scott grabbed the towel and stepped aside to wipe his face. Why was your room taken by Logan? Because Black Deadpool is back. Jendig's room was requisitioned by him, so the professor asked me to come to your room. Well, anyway, the bed in my room can accommodate 2 people. After speaking, I put on a towel and prepared to go into the bathroom. Didn't think of Colossus as gay at all. Wait, Scott, I'm going to sink in and wash my hands. Colossus rushed ahead of Scott into the bathroom. After more than 10 seconds, Colossus walked in wiping his hands. I'm taking a shower, you go to bed first. Okay, Colossus replied. Scott went into the bathroom, took off his trousers and turned on the tap to take a shower. He whistled and hummed. Soap in the bathroom accidentally dropped on the floor. He didn't pay much attention. I think Colossus just washed his hands and accidentally dropped it on the ground. Immediately bent down to pick it up, but the hand just grabbed the soap. Suddenly feeling a pinprick pain in the back made him yell out. Next morning, Mu Bai got up early and made breakfast. By the way, a new round of lottery draw and daily egg opening have started. Spend 200 million for 200 consecutive draws. Congratulations on getting 15 by 10,000 apples. Congratulations on getting Mark Nano Warframe X10. Congratulations on getting 100,000 grams of gold. Congratulations on getting 10,000 Uzi upgrade submachine guns. Congratulations on getting the large transport flight X10. Congratulations on getting the rabbit charm of the Chinese zodiac. Congratulations on drawing the dragon charm of the Chinese zodiac. Congratulations on getting the pig charm of the Chinese zodiac. Congratulations on getting a Bugatti sports car X10. Congratulations on getting 1,000 grams of sapphire. Congratulations on getting 10,000 diamonds in 10 grams. Congratulations on drawing a shadow duplication scroll ×1. Congratulations on getting a burning fruit. Congratulations on getting the Chongchong fruit X1. Congratulations on drawing to Nio fruit X1. Congratulations on getting dragon fruit X1. That's right, the upgrade version has a lot of high-level prizes, and the number has also changed significantly. Mu Bai counted down all the items won by the lottery while making a heartwarming breakfast. At this time, Xiaojiali, who had just walked into the living room, was immediately attracted by a burst of fragrance. She searched for the source of the smell all the way to the kitchen. I saw Tony cooking breakfast, more than surprised on his face. More shocking. A billionaire is actually making breakfast. Normally, Tony would almost never get up before noon. Now not only get up early, but also make breakfast. Just smell the smell and look at the face of the breakfast. It is enough to prove that the breakfast made by Mu Bai is very qualified. You're making breakfast. What's all the fuss about men making breakfast? Is it illegal for a man to cook breakfast in the United States? It's not that you've broken the law, but your behavior has been abnormal these days. I've never seen you cook by yourself like today. Don't just stand there. Let's have a taste of brother's craftsmanship. Mu Bai put a plate of steaming fried eggs on the dining table. Just smelling the little chili will increase your appetite. Do you have a fork? Eating an omelette is not eating a steak. You don't need a fork. Mu Bai handed a pair of chopsticks to Xiaojiali. Eat with chopsticks. When did you learn to eat Chinese? If you don't want to use chopsticks, I don't mind if you grab it with your hands. Okay, I'll give it a try. Little Pepper was very excited when he swayed from side to side. After all, it was the first time to eat food made by Tony. She learned how to hold chopsticks in a decent way. Although clumsy, fortunately, he managed to put a piece of egg custard into his mouth. Soon a full pleasure exploded in his mouth. It's so delicious. Pepper's eyes widened instantly. Even if my mouth is hot, I can't bear to spit out the egg custard. It's delicious, eat more, I have done a lot. Tony didn't expect that your cooking skills are so good, and I don't know if you can have such a delicious breakfast every day. Little Pepper had a happy smile on his face. At this time, there was a sound of thumping down the stairs. Natasha Romanoff came downstairs in a white short-sleeved t-shirt and ultra-short jeans. The messy long hair looks very charming in the morning sun. Hey, who is this? I don't remember such a beautiful woman in the villa. Mu Bai asked about Chili, your personal bodyguard. Natasha Romanoff jumped onto Mu Bai's back. The arm ring around Mu Bai's neck made a guillotine move. Are you trying to murder the boss? What good will it do me to murder you? It's really not good for you, because you will lose a caring boss who can make breakfast. Dog food is thrown on Xiaojiali's face. Little Pepper feels an unprecedented crit. I didn't expect that you just met yesterday, and this morning is so sweet. In the eyes of Xiaojiao, you two look like a very loving couple. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 660, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 700. Popular turntable reaches 700, the upper limit of activation times, and the upper limit of daily lottery draws is upgraded from 200 draws to 300 draws. Super crit, God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 560. Eat, I still have to work. Pepper, who was still happy for Tony, immediately pulled her face together. Put down the chopsticks and turn to leave, she seems a little unhappy. Natasha Romanoff looked at Pepper's back and said, maybe my breakfast doesn't suit her taste. Why don't you try it? Okay, I want to taste what makes her turn around and leave. Natasha Romanoff let go and landed. He picked up the chopsticks on the table familiarly. After taking a bite, he nodded repeatedly. Delicious, probably the best omelette I've ever had. You are blessed. I guess I will get up every day to cook this for you. This kind of thing must be said to girls a lot. Natasha Romanoff asked casually. In his heart, he didn't care how much emotion Mu Bai said just now. I've never said that to anybody. Come on, should I ask Vanessa at Zeus Bar? Natasha Romanoff laughed as she ate. You were vicious. The two ate and talked. After that, Mu Bai went to the laboratory to continue researching the new armor. The previous Zodiac armor really caught the attention of fans. Mu Bai intends to make several more awesome mechs. Boom boom boom. At this time, there was a knock on the laboratory door. Little Pepper Noodles walked in with a smile. I think I'd appreciate it if you came to see me with a cup of coffee in your hand. You can ask Natasha Romanoff to make you a cup of coffee. I may not have the chance in the future. What's the meaning? Mu Bai put down the wrench in his hand and turned to look at Pepper. She is laughing though, but there is obviously a fake smile. Here is my letter of resignation. I don't think I should stay here any longer. Pepper suppressed tears and handed the resignation letter to Mu Bai. Mu Bai was stunned. You're not kidding me, are you? No, I figured it out, Tony. We've been together for years, but there seems to be a gap between us. I'm not even as good as a lawyer who just met you yesterday. You misunderstood, I told her. Needless to say, I know that in your eyes I may indeed be just an employee. Emotions explode at the moment in 1.2. Little Pepper hastily wiped away the tears flowing from the corners of her eyes, pretending to be strong. I wish you to find someone who truly understands you and loves you as soon as possible. I will hand over the rest of the work to Natasha Romanoff. After talking about the Little Pepper, he turned to leave. But Mu Bai grabbed his hand. Is there any way I can save you? There is no way. Pepper pulled his hand out and shook his head. Won't it make you happy if I say I'm not Tony? It should be said sooner or later your words made the originally sad Little Pepper suddenly surprised a lot. Time Lord plus 200. Current Time Lord, 680, crit. Popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 720. Super crit God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 580. Aren't you Tony? Pepper frowned. That's right, I'm not Tony, I'm Thomas the Tank Engine. Who are you? Think of all the things that have gone wrong with Tony in recent days. Pepper had long doubted Tony's authenticity, but I just thought about it occasionally and didn't delve into it. Now Mu Bai said this sentence. Let Little Pepper suddenly recall all the previous guesses. Tony the Train Mu Bai. After speaking, Mu Bai cancelled Tony's appearance and changed back to himself. The person in front of him is Mu Bai, not Tony. Pepper's crying face instantly turned 360 degrees. You've been pretending to be Tony all these days. At the moment's tone changed from sadness to anger. You listen to me. I don't listen. Where's Tony? He's still in Afghanistan, but rest assured he's with Rhodes. You left Tony in Afghanistan the whole time, pretending to be him and having a good time. Pepper violently kicked Mu Bai's crotch. When? But this kick was like kicking on a steel plate. The pain was so great that Xiaojiao covered feet and jumped up with one foot. Fortunately, my brother has already prepared and installed a steel plate on the crotch. After speaking, he really took out a 10mm thick steel plate from his pants and threw it on the ground. You. Bring Tony back quickly, or I'll absolutely sue you. Prosecute me. Mu Bai burst out laughing. Don't look at who my brother is. Even Rhodes will look at my face, and even strip their air defense command. No one dared to do anything to me. One sentence makes Xiaojiao clear that the United States law is under Mu Bai. Mu Bai is a man above the law. Even the President of the United States can only bow his head and act as if nothing happened. The greater the ability, the less responsible it is. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 700, crit. Popularity dial plus 10x2, current popularity dial, 740. Super crit, God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 600. Okay Chili, I see that you are a very qualified and excellent assistant. You've been helping Tony manage the company all these years. Have you been planning a vacation? Tony wouldn't be that jerk, it's just that I don't want to take a vacation. Okay, brother, I understand. Now I've decided to let you take annual leave and send you abroad for free. The two were still talking in the laboratory a second ago. In the next second, the two came to the military area of the Afghan military. Tony from at the moment is drinking. I saw two people appearing suddenly. Instantly sprayed the wine from his mouth. The two-person trip that belongs to you and Tony has begun. Spend your vacation well, and leave the company to me. Send two people to travel abroad and help with the company. I am afraid there is no partner in this world who is more affectionate than you. Tony is amazed at your behavior of sending Peppers all the way. Little Pepper is holding the idea that what comes is safe, and it happens that she also wants to change the way of life with Tony. Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 720, crit. Popularity dial plus 10x2, current popularity dial, 760. Super crit. God Slayer plus 15 by 2. Current God Slayer, 620. Hey, you can't send Pepper too, what about my company? Tony jumped up from his chair, just about to grab Mew Bai. The next second Mew Bai left. In your eyes, I'm just a tool person linked to the company? Little Pepper questioned if it didn't sound like a taste. It's not that you misunderstood Xiaojiao, you have been with me for several years, and I have always trusted you very much. Even if I hand over the full power of the company to you, I will not hesitate for half a second. So there is only the company between us. That's not true. Anyway, now that I'm here, there's no such thing as a company between us. For you. What is this, a love letter to me? Tony, are you dreaming? Pepper was not polite to Mew Bai, let alone the boss. Letter of resignation. Tony's eyes almost fell to the floor after opening the envelope. No, I will definitely not agree. I will go through the resignation procedures according to the procedure, and you can't stop me. After speaking, Little Pepper sat proudly on the seat. Tony came to Pepper like a sycophant. Say it, as long as you don't resign, I, Tony, promise you anything. Hear Tony's promise. Little Pepper's expression instantly changed to that of a god of war with crooked mouth. Is this true? Yes, I, Tony, can assure you that you are not kidding. After that, you are not allowed to bring other women back to the villa. You can find women, but you must live outside and never come back. There is no problem. I have already figured it out when I stay in Afghanistan. No matter how many women I have, I can't compare with a person who understands me best. Don't drink too much in the future. The doctor told you that if you keep drinking, your body will pass sooner or later. This. Why don't you agree? No problem, but can we start after returning to the United States? After all, the only fun I had in Afghanistan was drinking. It doesn't work there either. From now on, give me a fitness run, and I will restore your physical standards to normal people's levels. Oh my god, you can spare me. Listen to Pepper. Tony's expression was full of rejection 890, but I felt an unprecedented happiness in my heart. This emotion is except for the Little Pepper. Not felt in any woman. The relationship between Tony and Pepper will continue to heat up in Afghanistan. And Mew Bai at the moment has created a new mark armor. Its shape is inspired by the United States captains and soldier boys. The shape of the battle armor is biased towards the MI team. A pentagram with huge amounts of 5-pointed stars painted on the front of the breastplate. Weapons are similar to Soldier Boy. The belly armor can be split to burst out huge amounts of laser light. And also place the dragon charm on the palm of the armor. What armor is this? Natasha Romanoff walked into the lab with coffee. Don't you think it looks familiar? Mew Bai asked intentionally with his hips akimbo. Natasha Romanoff handed the coffee to Mew Bai and squinted his eyes. Then blurted out, use your hands. That's right, it's time for Steve, who was immersed in the Ice Age, to wake up. One sentence spoils the fact that Team MI is about to go online. Natasha Romanoff surprised Steve, Time Lord plus 200, current Time Lord, 740, crit, popularity dial plus 10 by 2, current popularity dial, 780, super crit God Slayer plus 15 by 2, current God Slayer, 640.